Hello and welcome to the Easy Allies podcast in the beautiful month of October. We are here with Daniel Bloodworth.
Yo.
Michael Damiani.
How's it going, everyone?
And Isla Hink.
Hi.
How are we doing, everybody? Thank you for waiting this late and fractured podcast. I am just hot off the heels in a top 10 baseball game I've ever been to in my life. Woo! Rocket.
Sounds like you're losing your voice.
I was screaming. I was screaming hard. Yes.
So, congrats to the Dodgers for winning.
We basically had an unrecorded podcast without you, Huber. We've been sitting around for about an hour and 15 minutes just chatting.
Dude, it took me an hour to get out of the damn parking lot. I'm so sorry. It was horrible.
That's what because I did the math. I was like, I checked the travel time from there to where you live, and I was like, it's probably like an hour, 10 minutes, something. But I have no idea how long it'll take to get out of the stadium.
It was insane. It was insane to get out of there. Yeah, it was nuts.
Also, real quick, Eagles lost to the Giants today. Good thing Don's not here.
Also, we're shooting part of
maybe
this.
Don will be here eventually. Who knows?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
Damiani will be here for portions of this podcast, but not the whole thing.
Yes.
Yeah, we're shooting some of this Thursday, some of it Friday.
Yes, it is 11 p.m. in Damiani's realm.
So let's hit it.
Yeah. But we are here to talk about what's new, what's news, and what is going on in the world of video games, what we've been playing. I've been playing a little Dying Light The Beast, which is very excellent. Also been playing Blood.
Blood has a shirt.
Sick.
I haven't played it yet, but I have the shirt.
Oh, it's so good. Can't wait to talk about it. Absolum as well, from the team behind Streets of Rage 4. Don and I have both played a good amount. Isla has been playing Heroes of Might and Magic.
Dude, yeah, Olden era.
Oh,
it's back,
what a classic.
baby.
Is it back? Can you tease us? Is it back?
It's back. I mean, it's just as impenetrable and strange as I remember. I love it.
Hell yeah. Also, Isla saw Troneries.
We went to Disney was kind enough to send Sophia and I to the Troneries. I know it's Troneries, but the premiere, and it was pretty great.
Heck yeah.
I'll talk about that briefly later.
Hell yeah. Blood's been playing Carimara. Never even heard of this.
Carimara, Beneath the Forlorn Limbs. Yeah.
Never even heard of it, dude.
You've heard of it because I've talked to you about it, but it's fine.
I have heard of Megabonk, though, the game that is taking the internet by storm right now.
Yeah, been bonking.
Yeah, but Blood has been bonking.
Blood been bonking.
Yep. Anyone listening or watching, Megabonk is one of those games where we get Slack messages from Blood at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yes. he was DMing me about Megabonk, and I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. I was like, "What is Megabonk? What are you talking about?"
It's insane. Also, Blood has been playing
with
Dreams of Another. Very excited to hear about that one. And then we have the August sales report, the end of summer, as you will. Ooh. All right, the first game we're going to be talking about today is Absolum. Absolum. How do we say this?
Absolum, I'm pretty
No
sure.
one knows.
I think lum is enough of a variation that's fine, but loom or lum, it's fine.
Yes, Absolum, and
oh yes,
Don and I have been playing this quite a bit. This is from .emu and the Streets of Rage 4 team. Don, take us away on this. I feel like you've been itching to talk about this one.
I'm excited because I have been enjoying it, which is funny a little bit for me because, maybe not everyone knows roguelites are not necessarily like my preferred genre. I don't often get hooked into them. I know you're a connoisseur and a lover, Huber, of the genre, but for me, I don't often seek them out, don't always get hooked in. Every once in a while, I appreciate them, but it's not always my jam. But this one is hitting hard. I'm loving it a lot for a lot of reasons. So I've been having a blast with it. And I know it came highly recommended. You got a little preview of it in advance weeks back, and I was hearing what you're saying. You're you're saying how excellent this game was on so many levels. And it's another one of these games. It's just so funny. You know, I'm looking at it, I'm seeing the trailers leading up to it, kind of this and that. And just, you know, I'm kind of like mediocre on the art style, just not quite sold. But then you get your hands on it. You're playing it in real time, in real life. And it's just like everything I thought I was going to be sort of okay on. I'm just obsessed and loving. Yeah. So
heck yeah. Yeah,
I'm enjoying it.
The basic premise is pretty intense. It's like a fantasy world, so like a lot of the fantasy stuff is like classic tropes or whatever, but the villain is the Sun King, and he's trying to like control all the magic in the world. So like snuffing out the magic and like hoarding all the magic. I think that's a pretty cool premise, because then it's like your crew trying to like free the magic in the world or whatever, and try to like take down this Sun King.
Yeah. So you're unlocking a bunch of magical kind of powers as you go and you advance. And it's basically like I guess it's a multiplayer. I've been playing mainly solo. I've played a little bit of multiplayer, actually co-op, but co-op beat 'em up, you know, style. Advance through the stages, get as far as you can go. I don't know. It had like, you know, threw back a little bit of like Mystara vibes. What is it?
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
2D side. It gave a little bit of
sure.
that, just because the world is so rich and it's just this really like beautiful, rich, connected, you know, all the environments are connected in a really nice way. Multiple paths, which I love. You can choose to go
that's something
on.
I'm very curious about, like when you get to those branching choices and how that feels and everything.
Oh,
It feels
they handle it
so
well.
good, and that's
Yeah.
where I feel like the roguelite nature of this game really shines, because
Yep.
you are repeating runs quite a bit, and there's only
Yep.
so many zones and so many enemies, so like the repetition does set in. I will say that is a little bit of a mark on it, but the roguelite stuff is so fun, because when you're going through like there's like a big kind of world map, but it is, you know, side scrolling 2D. You're going through, and sometimes you can go like up or down. Usually, maybe there'll be like a third.
You
path
go to
as
like the
well.
beach or the forest in one of the first ones, right?
Yeah.
Initially, yeah.
But on your runs, you'll get like quests and stuff that are for a complete opposite way, and that'll mark it on the map. So like your map starts to fill in with all these like little objectives, like find
Additional-
the secret here. Yeah.
Tangential paths, right, that you can kind of figure out how to get to.
Yeah, because I
Totally.
think this is, to me, what's very interesting about this design choice, because there's a lot of roguelites out there, and it can be fatiguing to feel like, here's another game where I'm just like, I'm not going to be able to finish it unless I've played it 30 times. But
More than that.
right, but for a beat 'em up, it actually kind of makes sense, because beat 'em up, like, it's how many of them that we've finished in like an hour or two, right?
Exactly.
And like, so
love-
what is the incentive to go back? What is the replayability? And having stuff like this map
Yes.
and these alternate routes and all these
Yes,
other
bud.
things. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only
Even
other
if you're getting like 5, 6, 7 hours out of this for a beat 'em up, that's so awesome. And like it is longer than that for sure. If you want to commit, you definitely have to beat
Yeah.
it more than once. But I love just settling into the roguelite nature and the permanent upgrades. So you have like a hub area where you level up all your characters, unlock abilities.
Yep.
There's like a little crypt area where you can see all the items you've collected, you know, that go in then the pool of like items that you can find in the world. There's shopkeepers that you can like give money, or like when you buy things from them, you level up the shop and they get better. Like there's just all these little things that you can get invested in, on top of some incredible combat.
That's the thing, and that's going it back again into the beat 'em up nature. Yes, I mean, just like what you called out, Blood, one of the satisfying things of playing any beat 'em up, like total play time of a beat 'em up, you might get through it in an hour, or at least an old school one. You know, now usually most of them are 2 or 3 hours, whatever. But one of the most enjoyable things is being able to like replay it, just having like the familiarity being basic. And in this, because you're getting these permanent upgrades and everything, you're just getting more and more badass at everything. So it's a really satisfying loop, even though you're running it again. You got to the alternate paths. You got little secrets that open up here and there that you can discover. And each one, even though you're getting permanent upgrades that you're choosing along the way, you're really making your own sort of custom build as you go, right? They sort of have fire, wind.
Yeah. You have the permanent upgrades
bugs.
at the hub, and then on a run, you have like your run upgrades for sure.
Yeah.
When you finish a room or whatever, you'll get an item like Hades style.
And the combat, what you're calling out, Hubert, satisfying impact.
good.
Every one of the hits feels so good. Just you can do these elaborate, super satisfying combos. You're unlocking moves that you can just like integrate into your repertoire
Quite a bit of
of
different
combat.
builds for sure.
Yeah, and a bunch of destructive sort of things within the environment. So it's just like just on that beat 'em up, combat and breaking satisfaction of the feedback of that is like very nice in this.
The characters are really fun too.
Yeah, that's the thing I was
Yeah.
wondering as well, because
Oh
it
my
feels
gosh.
like these characters have a little bit more distinction than the average beat 'em up, right? Because a lot of
Yeah.
them, it's like, it's
Definitely.
almost like just another skin, or your weapon's slightly longer or something like that. But
Dude.
there's a lot more to it, right?
Elf Lady Galandra is so badass. She has
Right out of the gate, I was obsessed. Yeah.
Dude, she has this like big claymore sword. She's
Yep.
so fucking cool. Then you have like the little dwarf guy. He's got like a gun. He can be really fun,
Yeah.
like juggling enemies. You can like headbutt people and like juggle
Yeah.
them, and then shoot them with the gun. There's like different builds for the gun also, and then there's
Like
like,
a
this
living
really
doll
cool
or something.
The cool like puppet character
Yeah.
is so nuts. They have like twin daggers, Islet, out of control. They're super
Like
fast.
Extendable
Sick.
kind of like limbs, sort of. You can like extend your hand.
Oh.
And then the frog wizard.
Little frog
So
magician, dude. So charming.
Yeah.
The gang
Flies around. He can like fly around on his little broom and
Yeah.
stuff.
So yeah, really, really cool characters. And you have to upgrade each one separately. So that's, if you like that like upgrade process, I think it's so fun. And we're talking about that, and I saw some criticisms of the roguelite nature, but I still don't think it's like some massive, overwhelming, huge time sink of a game at all. I just feel like even though you are, dying and repeating and upgrading and stuff to get further in the run, I still think like each run, you have a pretty good chance after a couple runs. You get pretty strong pretty quickly, and then it just becomes a awesome freaking beat 'em up.
Yeah, Hubert, I
Yeah.
think to me, I think the balance there needs to be, you need to have kind of like an achievable like end, like even if it's like the final ending or the true ending or whatever, but like you need something that like you're going to get to like within a reasonable amount of time, like a 6 to 8 hours, and then you can keep going if you want.
Yes, Blood. I got to the final boss in like 5-ish plus
Okay.
hours. So it wasn't insane. Like, yeah, and then I died my first time on the final boss, but I got there, and then it was like, okay, like I'm getting there, and I feel like at that point it had been a really nice ramp up. Because sometimes in roguelites, like sometimes I'll just play a run knowing that I'm going to die, but I'm like, hey, I'm just going for upgrades. Like,
Right.
I'm just going for permanent upgrades. This isn't even, I'm not even trying to win right now. And I think just shifting that perspective and mentality of
Yeah, because
run.
that's my issue. Like, as much as I love it, like my issue with Rogue Legacy 2 is like I never feel like I'm ever gonna finish that game. Like, where is the end? Like, it just keeps going and going, and like, okay,
way more of a time sink upgrade. You're going to die and repeat in Rogue Legacy 2 than Absolum. Absolum is like roguelite light in my opinion.
I mean, in terms of the balance for me, like I think it was nice. For a while I just like I didn't even upgrade stuff. I just sort of did a bunch of runs, just grinding it away, kind of
Yeah.
getting used to the patterns, and then suddenly I had a bunch of kind of coin to spend. So I
Yeah.
just suddenly like boom, 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 upgrading myself enough. It was super fun to then just jump in, super powerful, go through the runs like that. And like you said, they give you a lot of options of like making it different on each run. I mean, a little bit of me like does wish like sometimes, I wish they would let you sort of choose maybe different starting points,
Sure.
like ladder on the map, so you wouldn't always have to run the entire thing again.
You're so right. You're so right.
And
Don. That's a
the only
great
other
call.
thing with balance that kind of stuck out to me is they gave you a huge variety of like offensive and combat skill related upgrades along the way, but they do give you like health upgrades. I mentioned it to you earlier, Huber, when I was really early on before I'd even upgraded my camp.
Yeah.
But even after that, it still felt like a little bit stingy in terms of like being able to replenish your health. There's so many things to be offensive, but it didn't feel like there's many like defensive sort of ways you can buff yourself.
Yeah.
And so I kind of wanted more of that, especially like you can be having a perfect run and just some weird crap happens. You're so far into it, and suddenly like some simple enemy that you always demolish,
Those
just
damn
like
crabs.
Yeah, the friggin' shelled crabs. That's the one I was thinking of.
Dude.
You're like killing these things the whole time, no big deal. And out of nowhere, one or two of these things will just suddenly get some hits in. And you're like, no,
Like,
dude, I
half
lost
my
like a
health is
third of my
gone.
health. Yeah. And it's brutal because it's hard to get that stuff back.
For
Yeah,
sure.
So that was the only thing there.
For
but
sure. But then, of course, on the map, the more you go through this too, you can find some cool shortcuts. Like I
Good
found
call,
a
yeah.
really
Oh.
good shortcut that then got me to the first zone's boss quicker.
Way fast. Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, now we're zipping through the whole run a lot faster. So
You're right. Yeah, the way they kind of strategize out the varying branching paths is like really well done and fun to keep running back.
and then and those are little story beats sometimes too. You get like lore, you'll meet NPCs, they'll be like, "Hey, go to the meet me at the beach, blah blah blah." And like so there is some stuff. And then of course the hub too. People are going to the hub and like it's cool game.
And for the lore, and just real quick in terms of the lore, one other thing that stood out that I just loved about what they do in this game in terms of the world of story, like you've got like these goblins creatures, for instance, early on that you're fighting. It's just this common enemy you're coming across. They have a nice little character design and all this, but suddenly some stuff happens with the story. You get further on, and suddenly you're in a goblin town, and it's still all the enemies, but these are all benign, friendly goblins. It's the same type of creature, and it's just so awesome to be like. These race of creatures is not just like an enemy through the whole game. It like is a fully fleshed out world. You know, you're like, now I'm in a goblin village where these are all just okay, or some of them are mischievous. They have different motives, you know, but it's like really well formed world of story.
Totally.
In it.
You can use some money to hire an NPC companion.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
That's really fun. Yeah.
They have mounts. You can get, and then you can get
the boar mount.
The boar mount, various dino mount, fire breathing dino.
Yes.
You want to talk about golden axe or something like that. That gave those vibes, you know. And upgrades so that then you can like get your mounts more frequently and stuff. So
How is
they mix it up a lot.
how is the music? Because I know Gareth Coker is leading on this.
Oh
They've
my
got
God.
guest artists like Mick Gordon, and I think Yuzo Koshiro's in there too.
Insane music, dude.
Like
Powerful.
Yeah. And like sometimes they'll do really cool cinematography with the shots. They'll do like fun little things, or you know, there'll be a viewpoint you can look out on, and they'll hit you with some sick music. So really well done.
Yeah.
nice.
Nice variety. The music is really varied, you know. Sometimes it can get so intense. Like sometimes you're getting some like tribal drum type stuff, and suddenly it's like heavy metal sounding kind of stuff, but like all the music really stands out. Yeah. It's like top class.
And it's a $25 game.
Sick.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
$25.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, Absolum. I think Don and I are big fans on it. Some of the repetitive nature, it does start to wear a little bit, so proceed with caution if that kind of stuff bothers you. But if you love beat 'em ups and roguelites, like this is such a good marriage, such a good match. And it's 2-player co-op, not 3 or 4. So if you have one other buddy, then you know you're getting even more value on this thing. So fun.
Sick.
Next up, a game that Blood likes to talk about in Slack at 3 o'clock in the morning. A game taking the
I played this
world-
one night, by the way. It's just,
We love to tease you about that, Blood. And a game that is actually taking the world by storm that like few of us had even heard of until a week ago. Megabonk.
yeah.
What is going on with Megabonk, Bloodworth?
Well, first of all, this sold like 1 million in 2 weeks. So I don't know who
Crazy.
ignited this fire.
Yeah, who was the streamer that played Megabonk first? That is what I
Right.
want to know.
But I was made aware of it because Bucky from Pocket Pair, he just couldn't stop tweeting. Even last night,
Yeah.
he was ranting about some other thing in a thread, and I'm like, I'm gonna look at this thread like, what is my time to Megabonk in this thread?
Oh my
And there it was,
God.
end of the second tweet.
It looks so fun, dude, and addicting. This is a
Yes.
deadly game for me. I can't play this, Blood. I cannot do it.
Yeah, 100%, because it is very much just Vampire Survivors, but in 3D. So many of like the way the menu pops up and the way like the HUD looks and just a lot of it is very, very close to Vampire Survivors.
Also, $10 on Steam for anyone
Yeah.
wondering. $10.
Yeah,
Three times the
I didn't
price
even-
of Vampire Survivor.
I didn't even waste time
three
trying
dimensions.
to figure out how I could get a code. I just bought it because it's that cheap, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, so you've got your overwhelming forces. Your character, attacks automatically. You've got to, kill the enemies, and then you've got to like circle back around and pick up the pickups for your. When you pick up stuff, it fills up your XP, of course, which then you get your weapons and upgrades and buffs and all that stuff. But it also gives you silver coins to unlock things like when you get back out to the main menu. So when you unlock new characters and weapons there, you need silver coins to do that. But then gold coins, when you're in a run, you need a certain number of gold coins to open up chests here. So there's chests
Within a run.
Yeah, within a run. There's just chests all over the place. But one of the items you can get is also a key, which will give you like a percentage chance of opening a chest for free.
Nice.
Now we're showing the freaking skeleton dude. This is my favorite character so far because it's a skeleton on a skateboard and he's super fast. And so like if you need to
fun.
get away, you just like book it.
God, that
I didn't notice he was on a skateboard at first. That's funny.
Yeah.
He shoots ghosts or something?
So that's one of the upgrades that you can get is anytime that you interact with something that like it'll blast out ghosts. So that's not a character specific thing. So yeah, his character specific thing is the skateboard. Like the longer you go without getting hit, the faster he goes.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
And I think he also like does more damage the higher his speed is, and there's a lot of ways to buff up things like that.
Blood, is there a garlic equivalent?
Yeah, there's a guy named Mega Chad who's just like this big shirtless guy.
Mega
And he has
Like
aura.
you do?
He has an aura around him. So
Oh
just
my
anything
God.
that gets within the circle starts taking damage. But yeah, so I just had beaten the boss there. So basically the goal is you've got like 9 minutes that counts down, and like every couple of minutes like another like big wave of enemies will spawn up and you kind of get overwhelmed.
How long is a run usually, you think?
Well, that's what I'm saying is there's a 9-minute countdown.
And that's like usually like a full run when that 9 minute ends and someone comes out. It
Yeah,
usually
so you
takes
have
out.
you have 9 minutes to find the boss portal.
Got it. Okay.
And then defeat the boss, and then portal into the next tier, and then that resets the clock. And you get another 9 minutes. Once you go over 9 minutes, you have like the final spawn, and that's when you just get like a bunch of like crazy enemies. And like if you go a minute over, then they get even harder, and just like eventually they're just gonna overwhelm you and kill you.
Got it.
So my first couple of runs, like I wasn't even figuring out where the boss portal was. I was just focused on staying alive, and eventually it's like, okay, I
Yeah.
gotta find the boss, I gotta kill the boss, I gotta get through the portal. There'll also be like mini bosses and stuff that pop up along the way.
This seems insanely fun, Blood.
Yeah, and I think the biggest difference with it being 3D and like this kind of N64 level map, right, is that you do have that elevation to worry about, right? So if you are like at the bottom of a cliff, enemies can just start waterfalling over that cliff and doing a lot of damage to you that way, right? And then similarly, one of the characters I unlocked is Monkey, and his thing is that he can climb walls. So you can get out of a lot of trouble spots that way by just like jumping over a guy and like climbing a tree and then hopping over to a cliff, or like climbing a tower and getting away. But like Vampire Survivors, once you start getting around that like 5 or 6 minute mark, when you have all these upgrades and different things that you've buffed up, like I had the Monkey just like tossing out like 8 bananas at a time, and there's this huge trail of fire falling behind him, and it's just like insane amount of chaos and numbers popping up and things falling. Like, yeah, here's the monkey run. Like, just look at everything that's going on in this.
So insane.
It's so crazy. But I think, the long-term progression, the incentives of getting those new characters, because it's like, okay, what is the, robot gunslinger gonna do? What is this guy gonna do? And so, like, when I found the monkey, like, okay, it's a monkey. But then when I started playing with him, and it's like, oh, okay, so I want to get into the next one,
Yeah, I feel like unlocking characters is always the best unlock.
Yeah.
Like, the most fun. I got a new character. Like, let's
Especially
check out
when
the
they
new
have completely different mechanics.
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally.
Like, it's one thing when it's just aesthetic, which is also cool, but like when they play completely differently, you're like, oh.
so fun.
Yeah.
So satisfying.
And to unlock them, Huber, like, there's usually like a combination of things that you need. So, like, I think with Calcium, the skeleton, I think
Great
you needed
name for a skeleton.
You needed to kill like a certain number of skeletons to like even be able to unlock him.
Got it.
But then I think you might have also, I don't know if he had a secondary requirement on him, but some of them require you to like the monkey, you had to find the banana ring first, and then you had to find the monkey in the stage before you could actually unlock him. And then there's like other ones like that where like you have to like purchase the weapon in the shop and then purchase the character, as well as having defeated a certain number of enemies or whatever. So there's a lot of those sub goals, and then just that, that sense of like, oh, I got so far, and I could have done just a little bit better, or I made a dumb mistake, or I got overwhelmed in a weird spot. But like, there's points when like you've got a mini boss chasing you as well as the boss, and like just trying to deal with that. And if you're like down on the clock and all the swarm of ghosts is coming at you, it's there's a lot.
I don't have a fully formed thought on this yet, but I'm just thinking about how big this game is now. Like you said, Blood, 1 million copies in 2 weeks. It's viral, it's huge, it's crazy. But then on the other end, it's like just this $10 Vampire Survivor game.
Yeah.
And it's like, does it need to be more than that? But now the expectations and the hype is all there, but really still it's just this cool, fun, $10 little Vampire Survivor type nothing, and it doesn't need to be more than that.
Right.
But like its reputation now is so big that people are going to start, analyzing it more and looking at it differently, and I don't know. Just
there are
interesting
also,
dynamic.
Yeah, there are also some other like random like little like statues and stuff they're out in the levels, so those will give you, they're like other specific kinds of perks that they'll give you if you find those, or there are like challenges, Huber. So like if you like click, like there's like these crossed sword statues, and that'll like bring up like a certain group of enemies, and when you kill those enemies, then you'll get a reward for that. There's also like little cursed statues that will make everything harder but increase your rewards, and a lot of that kind of back and forth, and like how you going to build your character on this run, right? So
Blood, I have like $14 on Steam credit. I'm gonna buy it right now.
Nice.
We be bonking, dude. It's over.
Easy bonking.
I wonder how the Vampire Survivor creator feels about
right
clones.
Exactly.
I know. I look great
because it's egregious. It's pretty egregious. Like looking at
this one is so
much
like just, but it's like it's also like just another like basically a dude putting it together, right? So
right,
yeah.
He didn't
like
expect
on the one
it
hand,
to
I'm
blow
like,
up.
like on the one hand, I'm like, sure, go for it, like But on the other hand, it's like, this is pretty staggeringly close to Vampire Survivor. But then Vampire Survivor itself was like a, sometimes literal asset flip, and it's just like, all right, like I don't know.
I know, it's so interesting. Like, it basically made a new genre.
Yeah,
like I can't think of a vampire.
Like
a Survivor. Like I can't think of a Vampire Survivor game before that was like that. And
I mean,
it's
there
like,
was certainly like, who knows, auto firing kind of whatever, but
yeah.
Yeah,
But-
like great question. Like B-Boy in chat says, like, how did id Software feel about Doom clones? Like, a successful game comes out, and there are going to be,
Yeah.
iterations. Let's say.
Totally.
Yeah. Oh, there's
So,
the aura
yeah.
in the B-roll, by the way, if you're looking at it.
Garlic,
That's
dude.
Mega Chad.
Garlic.
So only that character can do that?
No, so the way the weapons work is like each character has a primary weapon, and then you can also pick up a secondary weapon. And it looks like at some point you can unlock up to like 4 weapons in your inventory.
Wow.
So yeah, so once a weapon is unlocked, then any character can have that as their second.
Got it.
Chat
So-
says that Vampire Survivor likes did exist in Flash games
Got it.
prior
Okay,
to
thanks,
Vampire
chat.
Survivors, but that's the one that put them kind of on the map more so.
Got it. Cool. Great knowledge, chat. Thank you. Very cool. Awesome. Megabonk. I'm gonna get addicted. I can't afford to get addicted, but too bad. I'm gonna play blood. I gotta see what all the bonk's about.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing with me. It's like I just have to see what it's about, and then I like start playing it. And like the first couple of characters, I wasn't feeling too much, but then it's like once I got that skeleton, it's like, oh, this is sick. This is
You need
great.
a skeleton, yeah.
Yeah.
Love a skeleton, especially in October.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Thanks, Blood. Next up, switching gears a little bit. Isla went to see Troneries. Went to the Troneries premiere.
I saw where they grow and hatch the Trons. I watched them hatch the Trons from the Troneries. So a lot of thanks to Disney Studios for sending Sophia and I to the Tron Ares premiere at the Grauman's Chinese and El Capitan. They had Hollywood Boulevard like blocked off. If I'd been thinking about it, I would have put some B-roll and photos that I took into this for B-roll. But
The way you said that reminded me of Back to the Future. I should go back and put some money on the Cubbies.
put some money on the gummies.
I should go back and take some B-roll and pictures.
What did you say? But yeah, it was really cool. Like, listen, Tron for me is always one of those things. I always say it's like Home Alone or Hellraiser, where like the part you remember is only like 4 minutes of the actual movie. But it's
Totally.
like it's that vibe, it's that feeling that you remember as being all of Tron, right? And so like Tron 1 is a boring slog.
Mm-hmm.
It is a boring movie.
It truly
But
is.
But it's also a technical marvel, and what they achieved, especially at that time, like hand animating, like sometimes 6 layers of like rotoscoped, like vellum, like on top of people. Like, it's crazy what they achieved at that time. Cool score by Wendy Carlos, one of the like
Oh yeah.
like godmothers of synths, right? And so like Tron is sick, but it's bad.
Yeah, the
then,
premise
like-
is cooler than the product.
Right. And like
Yeah.
I would say even Tron Legacy, which is vastly better than original Tron, is mostly carried by the vibes and especially carried by the soundtrack, right?
Vibes.
the Daft
Such
Punk,
good vibes.
The Daft Punk soundtrack for that is legendary, like god tier soundtrack. And the movie is good. It has some terrible CG de-aging, but like whatever. And it's kind of got some lulls in pacing as well. This one, I would say, not a high bar. Best Tron movie.
Oh.
pretty easily. Best
Interesting.
Tron movie. It's not the best movie I've ever seen, but I really liked it.
Heck yeah.
Also, seeing it like 10th row at the Graumans in the
That's
insane
badass.
IMAX with the audio, like ear-shatteringly loud. It was
That's
basically
iconic.
a Nine Inch Nails concert. And then after the movie, there was a Nine Inch Nails concert.
Oh, that's
So
funny.
cool.
Which was nuts. Like seeing Nine Inch Nails live in twice in as many weeks. It's been a great end of September, early October for this little goth girl. But yeah,
With,
Tron.
I was gonna ask with the trailer. Obviously, we see Jeff Bridges there, of course.
Yeah.
Does it feel like a continuation of the franchise, or does it feel pretty standalone?
Kind of yes to both. There are some amazing nods to the original two movies, and like,
that's cool. Shit,
the
maybe I
franchise
should rewatch
as a
them.
whole. I don't want to spoil it because one of my favorite parts of the movie is so great.
That's cool.
And is a big nod. Yeah, and like, you know, Gillian Anderson, underutilized. I love her always. Like, if it were me, she would be in every frame of this picture.
Right.
But, you know, so I thought that the main character, she did a great job. Greta, I think her name is, the actor's name. I think she plays Eve Kim, who's like now the CEO of Encom, the company that Flynn started.
Oh, okay.
And then
Hostile Takeover.
no, Encom's the good guys, so they're
okay.
non-hostile takeover. And then Evan Peters is in charge of Dillinger.
Big Evan Peters fan.
Yeah, he's great in this. He's, you know, I don't want to say too much because it's like whatever. And then like, listen, the Jared Leto of it all. Like, I obviously don't, you know, love Jared Leto. There are some things that you could look up about him that are maybe a little sketchy. Who knows? Like, I don't know what's confirmed or not. But I will say, like, you know, as far as it goes, he does a good job in this picture. And I think, I don't know why I keep saying picture. It's like the 1920s.
I know. That's what my grandpa does.
He does a great job in the movie. It's fine.
Look,
Also,
if you're
Dawn
going to
is seeing this
criticize a
Monday
medium,
in
you
chat.
need synonyms.
You need synonyms. But also, I think I got the impression maybe that, like, he was sort of pushing for this to happen.
That's what I heard too.
And maybe
think.
that's why he's in it at all, because it, like, kind of doesn't super make sense. But then you see his character and you're like, oh, okay, like, it kind of makes sense that this, like, kind of grungy weirdo is in this TRON movie. But
cool light cycles.
dude,
Iconic. Light cycle action.
The light cycle stuff is better than it's ever been. I mean,
Hell
obviously,
yeah.
paired with a Nine Inch Nails soundtrack, I was like salivating, right? Like, there were parts where I was just like beaming ear to ear because I was watching light cycles and getting my eardrums permanently damaged by Nine Inch Nails. Two of my favorite things. I will say, minor like moment spoiler. Full on Akira motorcycle slide in this.
Oh yeah, I think that's in the trailer. Like, you
Yeah,
gotta
and-
have it.
It's
But
so
then
funny.
a bus does it afterwards. Pretty good. And yeah, like I know some people weren't into the game comes into real life premise of this movie. I would say that it pays off, and it actually is like framed in a way that makes sense in the world. Like, think 3D printing right now, you know.
Sure.
It's kind of just the natural evolution of that. And so, like, I was never, like, really against that premise in the first place because it seems like the natural... Because Tron is an isekai, right? Like, people getting sucked into the computer. This is just the opposite of that. And so, like, to me, it's a natural evolution. But I think, like, they do a good job of contextualizing it even within the movie where you're like, oh, actually, this is a cool idea.
That's
So
cool.
anyway, long story short, Troneries is pretty
Troneries.
chill. Troneries.
Sick.
Yeah.
Love to hear that. Now you legit, like, you made me want to see it. I'll see it in the theater now.
It is, I would
For
say,
sure.
worth seeing, and it's worth seeing on a good screen with good sound, because you know, you get hit with that wall of bass.
Hell yeah.
And you're just like, ah. It's like Blade Runner 2049 levels of just like synthgasm.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So that's that. And we didn't show B-roll because we don't want Disney to nuke us from orbit. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could have maybe
that's
gotten
why
away with
that.
like a poster or something, but yeah.
Yeah, or I could have put my picture. Check my Instagram stories.
Oh, is it that? I was wondering because I didn't see any, but yeah, I'm not on Instagram that often.
Oh yeah, I mostly post stuff like that on Instagram. I think that Sophia and I are gonna have a joint post going up today, perhaps, about that.
Nice.
It is the spread of the three Tron movies is really crazy. 82 1982, 2010, 2025. Like, wow, those are big gaps.
I didn't realize Legacy was 2010. That's bananas.
Yeah.
That is wild.
Wow. Good lord.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Alrighty,
2010 is one of those years where it's like, same thing with like, that was the last year that I went to TGS before this year. And it's just like,
yeah.
you know, it's just like, it feels like that just happened. And then you could do the numbers and like, oh no.
Yeah.
We do
I've been
need.
having that. I've been having that with like looking at like YouTube videos where it's like, oh yeah, I like this. I remember this YouTube video, and then it's like 5 years ago, and I'm like, oh god. Like,
I will take one spoiler. Is there a Kingdom Hearts reference?
you know, I'm not as attuned to Kingdom Hearts as you. So if there is, because like in the original Tron, they on the like solar sail thing, they do pass over a lake that's shaped like Mickey Mouse. In
Wait,
this
is that
one-
real?
Yeah, that's real.
Oh shit!
I assume.
Hidden Mickey
I mean,
and Tron.
there's an absurd amount of very deep cut Tron stuff in this movie.
Got it.
Like all over the place. That I'm sure if I saw it again, I would notice all kinds of other stuff.
Sick.
This movie is deeply layered and like had like a deep reverence for the Tron. Like even camera moves, I realized
cool.
later, are like references to Tron and Tron Legacy that happen in this movie. And I'm
That's
just
very
like,
cool.
okay, crazy. Was a key mentioned? Kingdom Hearts reference? Then yes, there's a Kingdom Hearts reference in the... does someone say a key? There's some hacking. There's some good hacking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Next up, I have been playing Dying Light the Beast.
Beast.
And it fucking rips.
Nice.
I'm a Dying Light enthusiast. I love this franchise so much. But the Dying Light the Beast was originally supposed to be DLC for Dying Light 2, and they just got more ambitious with it. It became a bigger thing, and now it's a standalone game.
Yeah, I think there was some business strategy happening there too, Huber, because
Yeah.
with Dying Light 1, right, that game popped off way bigger than they could have anticipated.
Oh yeah, and they supported it for 10 years, it feels like.
But they had the
Yeah.
opposite thing happening with Dying Light. Because Dying Light was so big, it was like they were taking other projects that were originally going to be standalone games. They're like, let's somehow make this a part of Dying Light. Let's make it DLC. And with Dying Light 2, it felt like they had the opposite problem, where they were putting out DLC and they were trying to bring more attention to Dying Light 2, but like none of it was sticking. Like people were not paying attention because, oh, Dying Light 2 is old now. So I think that they like shifted that strategy and like, hey, we need to actually make this its own thing, its own identity, not have it under the shadow of Dying Light 2 and what people think about that game, because it's so different.
Yeah, and that was an extremely smart move, because Dying Light 2 kind of gets bogged down with like all the factions and everything. It's just like doesn't work as well. It's just a little less focused. Dying Light the Beast is immediately urgent. Like the premise just gets you straight away. And part of that is because Roger Craig Smith, the icon, is back as Kyle Crane from the original game. So really it's more of a sequel to like it is more of a sequel to Dying Light 1 and the following than to Dying Light 2, which I think is really interesting also. It's like, okay, we're kind of we're going ahead but in the past as well. So I think that's cool. So yeah, you are Kyle, and you have been experimented on for 13 years. It's so intense. Tortured and experimented on for over a decade. It is really hardcore.
Yeah. So I think since 2012, if it was today's dates. Yeah.
Yeah, I forget. I don't know the dates. I don't know the dates in the Dying Light lore. I'm not the lore master, admittedly. But, you know, obviously you escape, of course. And then the game just kicks you out into, you know, this beautiful open world. It's like Castor Woods, and it is so pretty. Like, the environments in this game are so nice. It's got this like Matterhorn bobsled vibe. That is the comparison that I want to throw out there. It feels like just kind of this European countryside vibe. And you're hunting the Baron, this like Baron person that experimented on you and is experimenting on more than one person as well. Like, when you escape from this lab, it's like fucking Resident Evil style, freakers everywhere coming at you, full on Umbrella bioweapons energy. And yeah, you are just the main test subject. There are many, many more. So your ultimate objective is to hunt the Baron down. But your secondary objective is to hunt these like feral beast ones that have been experimented on. And every time you kill one of these mini bosses, you get stronger. You get more beast powers, if you will. Because the beast mode is kind of the main gimmick this time around. You freaking Hulk out, ripping zombies' heads apart, punching them like a maniac. You get other abilities like ground pound. And initially, I think it's really cool, a cool mechanic. You can't control it. You'll just beast out sometimes. It's like, beast mode. Crazy, you're losing it. Like,
yeah, no, they were talking about a thing that like that with the Dawnwalker. Like, if you don't drink enough blood as a vampire, like, you'll just go feral and like attack random dudes that you might need to talk to.
Yeah, it's insane. Yeah, it's nuts. So you like the premise, you know, the main like NPC companion, Olivia, I think her name is. She's really cool. She's like, yeah, you can hunt the Baron down, but you need to get stronger. And Kyle is like, well, how many do you want me to get? And she's like, it's up to you. Like, just let me know when you're done. So you can, you know, kind of mainline the main quests and kind of just go straight for the Baron, or you can, you know, kind of seek out these optional hunts. And that's kind of the gameplay loop of Dying Light is what I love so much. This is an incredible gameplay loop, and not just for the Beast, I think for the whole franchise. So you have melee weapons, of course, and those weapons can deteriorate, so you're always scavenging for supplies, and parkour plays a big element, so you're climbing on rooftops, you know, running around. You want to avoid combat, usually. You get some XP when you kill monsters, but it's not a lot of XP. So really, fighting people is not super advantageous. You want to keep moving, but sometimes you'll find like a hardware store or a pharmacy. These are little optional, not really a dungeon, but a little optional area that you can go in that's really dangerous usually. A lot of monsters in there. You can clear them out and then find resources, which are always meaningful in Dying Light. That's what I love so much, is like, you start out really weak in these games and you feel the power creep, you know, because the standard zombies are never going to get stronger really than they are. But in the beginning of the game, like, you know, you fight them and it takes a while to bring them down, and they can swarm you and it's pretty intense. You start getting better weapons, you start getting better skills, and all of a sudden you're just taking out these zombies like they're nothing. So you really feel that power creep. And it's just fun to, like, you know, find a little safe house too. Like, the safe house sometimes will be a parkour puzzle. You'll have to climb certain areas and kind of and like,
because I was curious how the parkour fits into it with the woods, you know, because it's not the same as like just going through these like burnt out cities and everything.
Yeah, there'll be like some rocky areas, you know, in the mountains and stuff. Obviously less parkour, but Kyle runs super fast, so he can just like sprint through a lot of these areas, which is really cool. But then there's like, you know, main hub areas, tons of buildings everywhere to parkour around. And of course, the best part about Dying Light, nightfall is so intense. You do not want to be out at night because the virals are out. They will hunt you down. And if you get seen by them, a chase initiates, and this is, you know, in Dying Light as well. So you'll start getting chased and it'll have like a GTA like wanted level even. It like ranks up to like, I think it was like 4 or 5 pips of how intense the chase gets. And then you'll have to get to a safe house, which is protected by UV light. Use your UV light.
Nice.
So if you get to a safe house, like they can't get in because of the UV light. So when you get to these safe houses, they're just so cozy. You know, there's like a fireplace, there's like a bed and a just they're all really different too. Sometimes it'll just be like a radio tower safe house. You'll be like really high up, kind of looking out. Other ones will be like this big mansion, like really huge mansion. That's where like Olivia hangs out, and it's just like this super cozy spot. And then the other thing I really love about Dying Light are the stakes, the difficulty. There's 3 difficulties, so you can turn it down accordingly if you want. If you crank up the difficulty, you earn more XP though, and get like better loot even. But I love the danger of the night and just the danger in Dying Light in general, because it really makes that power creep so meaningful. When you die, you lose some XP. You can never down level, so don't worry about that. But it is, and it's not even Souls-like. Like, if you die, a lot of your XP, gone. So sometimes you can feel it. It's not some, like, insane Final Fantasy XI, holy shit, I just lost hours of progress from dying.
That's what I just thought about too.
Yeah. But, like, you know, yeah. But even losing a chunk is, like, that stings, you know, that makes death meaningful to me. That makes death matter. It's like, oh, I just lost a little bit of that XP I had. Oh, that's a bummer. But again, it's like, no, it's not an insane amount. So don't let that discourage you. And again, there's difficulties as well, so you can turn it down. But yeah, Dying Like the Beast is just super fun. The gore, obviously.
Yeah, because I was thinking about that, because they introduced that after Dying Light 2 came out, right? Like, that was like as soon as Dead Island 2 launched, we're like, hey, look what we got.
Yeah. Yeah. The Dead Island versus Dying Light, like, gore mechanics, of course, blood. Yeah. It's incredible. I mean, from blunt weapons to bladed weapons, you know, just cutting zombies' heads off. My favorite is a charged, like, pipe hit or a crowbar. I mean, the jaw on the zombies are hitting, like some of their heads are popping off. The gore is just on point. And there are firearms and human enemies as well. But ammo is, as you would expect, extremely limited. So it is all about the melee and the beast powers.
Even though you Hulk out, do you still use a lot of weapons, or is it?
Yeah, because the Hulk out is kind of on a meter. It's like a rage meter type thing, so you kind of fill it up, and then you can eventually you gain.
So it's like a
control
special.
over it. Yeah.
Okay.
Like I also compare this game a lot to Prototype from back in the day. Not just its overall vibe and content.
When
but
Activision published games, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, like Hulk Ultimate Destruction and it's such a cool game. Dying Light is just cool. Like, I love this franchise so much. And I think the Beast is its most refined and its most focused that it's ever been.
Nice.
The story is actually good. Like, the characters are good. Obviously, Olivia is like helping you kind of take out the Baron. Then you have this other like resistance faction that's just trying to survive. So really, really focused. The best story they've ever told, and some of the best gameplay they've ever done as well. So really awesome. Dying Like the Beast, if you're a fan of this franchise. And even if you're not a fan, like, even though this is more of a sequel to Dying Light 1, I still think it's a pretty good jumping on point.
Yeah, it feels like it to me.
It appeals to me more than the other two.
Yeah, it definitely appeals to me more than 2. Yeah.
For sure.
Did you play on console or PC?
Yeah, PS5. So,
oh, cool.
Yep, just playing on console. Feels so good. So good.
If you had to inhabit, personally, a zombie like type mythos, which one would you choose?
Ooh, if I was in a zombie
like, if you
universe.
had to live in Dying Light or Last of Us or Walking Dead or Dawn of the Dead or The Mall
probably It's kind of a cheating answer. I did watch the newest Daryl Dixon last night, but I'm going to say The Walking Dead because my reason is they have the zombies mostly under control now in that universe.
Sure.
So, but whereas,
Shaun of the Dead, Dead Rising, Resident Evil.
Yeah, like Resident Evil, I'm not messing around with Umbrella. They're too intense.
Yeah.
the bioweapons get nuts. Whereas,
I feel like if you're a private citizen in Resident Evil, you're either far away from everything,
or experimented on violently.
You're being experimented on by Umbrella, or your town is suddenly being nuked.
Yeah.
So then there's like nowhere in between.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dead Rising, oh, no way.
Yeah.
Freaking intense. Zombrex.
Zombrex.
So yeah, Dying Like the Beast, highly recommend. There's also vehicles too. It's super fun when you just like ram a zombie with a car, because they'll get on the windshield too and like start like clawing at you, and you're like trying to drive. It's so cinematic and so intense. It's really crazy. Just such a good gameplay. There's even 4-player co-op. I never mess around with co-op in Dying Light, but there is co-op also if that's how you want to go through this.
That's interesting.
This game.
Yeah.
So just.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I just always want to shout the praises to Dying Light.
Online co-op only on console, I imagine.
Oh,
yeah.
And
I think it's up to 4 players, which is wild.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
I think-
Are you all Kyle?
Yeah, I think so.
I think if you join a game, you're just like a generic NPC looking character, but maybe you do still like beast out. Like, yeah, I don't know exactly how that works. I'm just, the first thing I do is voice chat off, game private. It's like, don't bother me.
Interesting.
Yeah. Awesome. Alrighty. I am so eager to hear about this game, Isla, because Heroes of Might and Magic is back with Olden Era.
Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era, dude.
Yeah.
There's a demo out now, that I think. So, Chad, if you remember Heroes of Might and Magic like I do,
Incredible franchise.
you can hop in. Yeah. Dude, this...
Heroes of Might and Magic 3, I think, is the one that I just played.
I think 3 was the one I played. I was trying to remember which one I played, like 3 and 4 maybe. I think 5 is the one everyone hates. I don't remember. But I used to play a lot of Heroes of Might and Magic. I love
fucking fun.
I love the idea of it. I love the vibe of it, like bopping around on the map with your little guys and then going into little, kind of pseudo-tactical battles. It's really neat. It's weird. It's a weird kind of game. It takes a little, for me at least, it took a little remembering how to do it, especially because in the preview build I had, something got weird with the tutorial where I finished the first tutorial mission and then it was like, you can play the second tutorial mission. So I pushed OK, but then it just dumped me into that same mission. And I was like, what's happening? So I just stopped that and played a game. So it took me a second to remember, but it was kind of like fun to figure it out as I went anyway. But so the basics are... And there are 3 different game modes in this, but the basics in the classic mode are you start with a hero, you can pick your faction. There's like the dungeon faction, the like necrotic faction, the elves,
necrotic
temple whatever faction. I think there are like 4 or 5 factions, and of them you can pick a different hero, and the heroes have different kind of stuff. You can upgrade your hero as you go
Upgrading
along.
the hero is so addicting, Isla.
It's really good.
Oh
you
my
find
God.
items and stuff like that, and so it's one of those things where you're on the bulk of the game is like on the overworld map because you're kind of exploring or whatever, and you'll see an enemy and it'll be like lethal battle, so you're like, okay, I'm not ready for that one yet, but then you'll see a different enemy and you're like, it's like easy battle, and you can either do the battle or let it just kind of simulate and tell you how many of your little guys you lost, and you can accept those results or fight the battle yourself if you think you could do better. And then you move along, get stronger. And what's cool is you can go to, like, they look like big fortresses or castles, and those are like cities, and you can upgrade and add little things, and like the things you add
addicting.
let you recruit new soldiers and stuff. But crucially, that's only upgrading that specific city. So
Got it.
if you recruit a bunch of soldiers and stuff or build up one big city, that has to act as sort of your hub for now. You can upgrade every city you've got, and then so you can be like, okay, I know I'm going to head back west, so let me start upgrading this one and get like an army going over here so that by the time I'm there, I can sort of pick them up, right? Because you've got turns, it's turn-based. So it's sort of like, not really like Civ, but sort of in that way where it's like you take your turn and then everyone else takes their turn. But you have a certain amount of movement distance, and then you have a certain amount of like soldiers and stuff that you can have on your army. And you can recruit new heroes at these cities as well. So then you could have 2 heroes going around. But
Sick.
again, you have to give them each have their own little army. But yeah, there's a skill tree. You can upgrade your hero's magic or their might. Because
The titular might and magic?
yeah, the titular might and magic. Because yeah, some characters use might abilities and some have magic abilities. And I don't know, dude. It's crunchy. It felt right, dude. It felt classic. It felt like I was back in my bedroom as a teen.
It's
but in a nice way.
Yeah, that's super encouraging to hear because my friend who isn't a hardcore gamer but loves strategy games, like has played a ton of strategy games. Heroes of Might and Magic, one of his favorite things of all time, obsessed. Played the demo and I asked him about it and he was like, "It's really good."
He played
So I was
this
like,
demo?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It
So
feels
I was like,
good,
that's
dude.
very encouraging.
I think it was at Gamescom 2024 where I saw this. It might have been SGF. I think it was Gamescom.
Yeah, part of it would
but
have been Gamescom, yeah.
Gamescom, yeah. I saw what at that time was basically a PowerPoint presentation with like barely any footage of this game. And so I was kind of surprised when this dropped a preview opportunity for us, and that it was so fleshed out because like based on that, like I've seen some PowerPoint preview at gaming events and you don't see that game for 5 years, right?
Yeah.
And so like this is really,
And then it launches in
sooner
early
than
access.
yeah, it's coming sooner than I thought, and it's like pretty there. A quick thing about the other modes. One of them is called, I think, Arena, and that is like a quick mode where you get kind of like randomized hero and stats, and then you just do a battle against another enemy, and so that's kind of like a quick mode. And then I think you can do like there's another kind of mode that's like I think a quicker overworld mode. I don't think in the demo, or maybe it was, but I didn't try that mode. But yeah, there are 3 different kind of game modes, and yeah, different factions, different stuff. It's all there. Like I don't know, it's really promising.
It looks
feels
really
good.
nice. Yeah,
I
like
don't know.
everything about it, the mechanics, the visuals, and like just how they're talking about it seems very promising.
Yeah, and it's Olden era. It takes place, I don't know, whatever, like before the other ones, but
Prequel,
maybe,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Like
Which
it
helps
literally
people
doesn't
jump
matter.
in.
But also it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And yeah, someone in chat is saying the UI needs a little work, and it's like, yeah, I
Okay.
mean, it is, there's a funny thing with, and I don't know if it's like nostalgia glasses or what, but like, there are some kinds of games, and they're not just like old PC, like sweaty ass, like CRPG games like this. Like, some games I want, like anything coming out of like Grasshopper manufacturer, right? I almost want a little bit of jank, because it's like part of the experience.
Right.
Yeah.
And so for me, this one, like having quirks, having little things that were like, yeah, you could have done this a little better, maybe. Like you could have onboarded this a little better. Almost made it like feel more correct in a weird way.
Yeah,
like
that's
interesting.
funny.
if that makes any sense. It's part of the flavor. It's like, but yeah, I imagine that this will be well supported and like will only get better over time. And it's already
Hell
really
yeah.
good. So I'm really excited about it.
Y'all are bringing all the good games. I can't. I don't have time for all these. I still got to bonk around, blood.
Yeah. Yeah,
need
no,
to
it's
fit in
it's
your
funny
blog.
because I don't have a whole lot of history with the series, but I do have fond memories because, like you were saying, like it's just one of those games where like there was somebody else in the dorm that had it on a laptop, and like I just had a night where I was just obsessed.
Neighbor kid
in their dorm room playing on their laptop while they slept.
Totally.
This was
I have
big,
memories of that in like Warcraft so much, and StarCraft obviously, but yeah.
This was a big LAN game for me and my friends. Like my friends would all come over to the house, and then, you know, somebody would go in my dad's office, I would go in my bedroom, someone would go on my mom's computer, someone would go on my sister's computer, and we would just play 4 heroes against each other for like a full day.
So
and we
sick.
would emerge in a haze of Capri Sun and Doritos.
A Capri Sun
in
stupor.
6 hours. Like, we haven't eaten all day. Yeah.
Awesome. That is Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era. We got more to come, but if you've been enjoying the show so far, please take a second to like and subscribe and ring that bell on YouTube. It helps us and you stay connected. Now, a word from our sponsors.
When we're young, we have all kinds of dreams about what we want to do or be, like astronauts or dinosaur hunters or tornado chasers. Dinosaur hunters, more like paleontologists, I guess. But when you grow up, your dreams change, and you focus less on these fantastical pursuits and maybe more on how you can take your actual skills in the real world and transition those into something real. Instead of going to space or owning a castle, maybe you start dreaming about owning a business. But you need a lot of stuff to own a business. You need a website, a payment system, a logo, a way to advertise to new customers. And it can all be overwhelming and confusing, but thankfully that is where today's sponsor Shopify comes in. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the United States, from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started. But what if you need a website? Shopify's got you from the get-go with beautiful ready-to-go templates to match your brand style. And if you ever need a hand, you can get help with everyday tasks like enhancing product images, writing product descriptions, or generating discount codes with Shopify's AI tools created for commerce. And if people haven't heard of your brand, Shopify helps you find your customers with easy-to-run email and social media campaigns. And if you ever get stuck, Shopify is always around to share advice with their award-winning 24/7 customer support. Turn those dreams into and give them the best shot at success with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/allies. Go to shopify.com/allies. Once again, that is shopify.com/allies. Check it out.
And
All
if
right.
you are a patron of Easy Allies, thank you so much. We love you. We love staying connected with you. Look, Isla
just
doing
happened
the
on
fireworks
Isla Zoom.
show. We love you so much.
Wow.
Some
All
weird
right, Blood.
math stuff.
This is one I legit have not even heard of. I don't even know what this is.
He's talked about it 3 times on this podcast.
I am eager to re-see it and refresh my memory about Carimara beneath the Forlorn Limbs. What?
Yeah. Well, the good news here is that this game is under 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half, depending
Your
on
favorite genre is under 2 hours.
Yeah.
But this is the last one in this current wave of Critical Reflex releases. Remember, they put out like
Reflex.
3
This
games
game-
a couple weeks ago, and
I-
now this is the 4th one.
I remember now. This game looks
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah,
it
so-
looks intriguing.
Totally
I
remember.
I really think Isla would like this because this is essentially like a first-person point-and-click adventure, but it's also it's all about gaining knowledge. So once you know the answer, you can beat this game in 5 minutes.
Sick.
Love that. You know I
yeah.
love that.
It is you play as this little goblin guy, kind of like a shaman. It's called a Carimara. It's like French folklore, I believe. And the idea is that he can't speak. So he uses his magic to create cards of things that are in the world, but the cards are really just a way of like interacting with other characters and things.
Interesting.
So the cards, like in most cases, it's like you just show somebody a card and then they have dialogue. But in some things, like you can like actually use a card of a key as a key, that kind of thing.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's really you are basically answering this bounty or this request, this bulletin board request. This woman in this like shack out in the woods, she's got a ghost in her basement. So you're there to get the ghost out of her basement. And when you go down to the basement and you see the ghost has 3 questions for you. Who am I? Who killed me? And what did they use to kill me with? So it's kind of like Clue.
Clue.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then the rest of the game is exploring the house and the surrounding area and figuring out, talking to whoever you can talk to, seeing whatever clues are out there, and putting the pieces together to get those answers. And if you give the ghost the wrong answers, then you basically like cycle on to like another day. Like you kind of wake up the next day and then like the old lady will be in a different part of the house. You might get some different clues out of that. There's like a little bit of a cycle there to pay attention to that has some extra little hints there. But also like one thing that I really like about it is that they're like, you know, like I kind of went through like this sort of wave of, you know, oh, okay, I'm really liking this, and then like I'm getting to a point where like I feel like I found all the clues, but I'm not quite putting together what the answer is, so I'm frustrated right now. You know, but then it's like, and then I get it, and then once I got it, then it's like, then I started to see like the little things that I missed, you know, like, oh, that's where that connects to that thing, and like I get it, you know.
By the way, chat, this is a $5 video game.
Yeah,
Oh.
$5
$5.
currently on sale for $4.50.
Video games are incredible. So there's another awesome $5 game you can play.
And they thankfully included some tips to some of the secrets in the reviewer's guide as well, because I think I would have completely missed them. So like I think once you beat it, like maybe like look up a guide and like see what those other things are, because that's the other thing is like in addition to there being a lot of clues, every part of this, because it's so small, every part of this like supports like a bigger story that you kind of uncover. And so that's really the joy of like talking to these characters, and it's like it's not just about like finding the answers, it's about like, okay, who are these characters, how do they relate to each other, and like what is going on, why are they here, why is this old woman living in the woods, yeah, and
To get away from humans.
right. And yeah, and just the art style is really cool as well. You know, it's going with that PSX look, but it's also like very desaturated.
Kind of an Inscription vibe, a little bit, tiny bit of.
I think you're just getting that because of the cards for the most part. Well, and there's like a freaky
the visuals,
character, but
the dithering and stuff is a
Yeah.
little,
Yeah.
I mean, I love this PS1 assance that we're having, like the.
right.
I mean, like, because it's just like it's like the language of my soul, right? Is like this era of gaming. I really love the way this looks.
Hell yeah.
And like short, replayable, creepy. It's like all the good things.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like because like I said, because you can finish it, you know, once you know what's going on. Like I actually ended up probably finishing it like 6 times, poking around with those secrets and stuff. And it's like, wait, what if I do this? What if I do that kind of thing? So, yeah,
Sick
Hell
Blood.
yeah.
very cool stuff.
Another 2-hour gem to put on my list. Blood has been crushing it with all these, dude. Like, you're out of control. No, seriously, I'm going to have to check in with you when things slow down a little bit to be like, all right.
I do have my list. I have a little spreadsheet.
Good.
I try to keep up with what I played, yeah.
Good,
The best games
good.
to beat in one night category has never been tighter.
That is so true.
Yeah, it will
That
be
is
hard
so
to pick.
true.
I think No, I'm Not a Human still has the edge, but yeah.
Ooh, I gotta
That's
play
another
that too,
one I need to
dude.
play.
Yeah,
Yes.
I haven't jumped.
I should play that. That is like Halloween Eve.
We
night.
should have
I should
Hubert.
play
Let's
that.
have a little mini Halloween stream where you and I just play these like 2-hour horror games that we've missed so far this year.
I'm down. I'm 100% down. Just say when. Say when. All right, Blood. Thank you. Another one that I think might also fit the bill for a shorter one, Dreams of Another Bloodworth.
I made
right
that
about
mistake as well. This is not a short game.
Okay.
I did actually, with our delay, I did actually manage to finish it last night.
Nice.
So I'm glad of that, because I was for the longest time not sure whether I liked this game or not.
Conversely, the visuals of this one skeeve me the hell out.
Yeah, they're weird.
I do not like the way this game looks.
Oh, okay.
And this is from Q Games, everybody. Dreams of Another.
This is
like
from
voxel. Yeah, pixel junk I love, but like this voxel, like
it's not
dreams.
voxels. Yeah, that's what's the craziest thing about this is the technology behind it. This is all particles. These are all 2D billboards that assemble into objects, but there's no 3D objects, like, technically at all in this game. So that's why it looks so weird, because you are literally shooting particles and then they merge into a shape of an object, but there is actually not a 3D object on there. I don't even know how to explain it, really. It's very, very strange. It is from specifically, this is from Bion, who did Pixel Junk Eden 2.
Got it.
Who is leading this up. And so he's also doing the music and stuff. And man, like, this is all art and philosophy, and I'd say it's probably, Huber, it's probably in like the 6 to 8 hour range.
Okay.
But it's just so being Dreams of Another, like, the idea of being in a dream world is basically the defining thing of this. Because everything is weird, everything is off kilter, everything is disjointed and out of order. Like the VO, I would not blame you for at first thinking the VO is like a robot or something, because it's just very slow, and like they read like one line at a time, and like sometimes it doesn't sound like the person knows English, but from the credits it seems like they probably do, so it's just a direction. It is very, very bizarre. And so like the first couple of times that I came out of it, I had like that brain fog kind of feeling. I'm just like, I just need a moment to like settle into the real world for a minute here.
Yeah.
You mostly play as this character who is just known as the Man in Pajamas.
The Man in Pajamas. That's a good title.
And you have an assault rifle.
Yeah.
And you shoot into the cloud of particles, and then the world appears. But then it's like everything, like there's like all of these different objects and things that you speak to. And there's like all this kind of like existential kind of thinking and dialogue of as if these things are alive. And so like you talk to this bench, and the bench is like, sometimes humans sit on me and they eat a sandwich, and then the ants come underneath. Or like you talk to a door, and it's like, oh, I'm so jealous of the doors on cars because they get to go around and travel. And then there's like a trash can. It's like, one day I will become the trash. And there's just like all of these kind of like weird things and like musings on art, and it's just kind of very slow and meandering. And the thing that like really is off-putting about it sometimes is like you'll be exploring a space, Huber.
Yeah.
And you will like come across a piece of dialogue or a trigger of something, and then all of a sudden like the whole level will just like fade away, like everything will just like disintegrate, and then you'll be somewhere else, or everything will disintegrate, and now you're looking at some scene underwater, and you're just like, what's happening right now?
Yeah.
Or
just
all
bizarre.
You'll just be like, so many times I'm just like, I'm back at the title screen now. I don't know why I'm at the title screen, but I'm at the title screen, and I have to push start again, and I'm in a completely different scene, a different space. And you'll get to things where like, oh, the manhole cover is now like going rogue, and it's flying around, and everything it hits like bursts apart, and like you've got to shoot the manhole cover before you can go into the sewer.
Manhole cover boss fight.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. It's like you like so there's like all of these like objects have like not all the objects, but there's certain like boss quote unquote objects that have auras that you need to shoot and like calm the aura of that object, of like an old Ferris wheel or something.
Yeah.
And there are also, as you're clearing things out and shooting certain things, there are these objects that you pick up, and most of them are just like trash, right? And that's sort of like one of the other things that Muse is on about, is like, you know, one man's trash is another man's treasure kind of thing. And it's like, oh, here is a leaky battery. Why would I pick that up? But like, that's an object that you can trade with the other character, who is a soldier. And that's the thing that was like most drawing to me, is like when you start this game, you're not playing as the man in pajamas. You're not playing in
pajamas.
the,
Sounds like
the
a
dream
children's
world.
book.
You're playing as this soldier who is like trying to find their purpose in life, and so they became the soldier. But at first, all you know is you're like this guy on the battlefield who like, he's a soldier who feels useless because he's afraid to shoot his gun. And like his commanding officer or whatever has like given him this thing. It's like, I'm gonna only give you one bullet, and so you need to make it count. And so you have his story that you're doing it, but when you're playing as the man in pajamas, he's just sort of sitting in a level, and then you go up to him, and like, yeah, there's like this part where like he's just like on one of those like spring toys in a park, right? He's just sitting there on a spring toy, riding it, and he'll have a bit of dialogue, and he's like, "Got something else for me, huh?" And so you can trade him, and you give him one of these like junk items, and it could be like a mask that somebody's tossed aside, or an old like tea bottle, or a fork, or it could be like a skull that you got somewhere. Like just all these random things that you pick up. Sometimes he will have a comment on certain items, but it's so hard to predict what is actually.
Do you lose the item when you trade
yes.
it?
So when you give it to him, you lose it, but you pick up so many things, right? Like there's even one point where there's like this park where there's a giant ring, and then eventually you find out that the ring is made up of divorced people's wedding rings. And so you just like pick up a bunch of wedding rings that have fallen off of this thing, and you can trade them as well.
Insane.
And that's one of the things that comments on too. It's like, oh, this is an object. It's still useful. You can still wear it, but because of what it means to the person, like they wanted to get rid of it, you know? But anyway, so you give the items to this soldier, and then sometimes you will get like another ability, like your dash will get upgraded, or he'll give you grenades. So now you can like, yeah, but it's kind of a useless dash. You just like run slightly faster. But with the grenades, like you toss that into the cloud, and like it blows up and like clears a huge part of the cloud or whatever. Or then like, but your grenades are limited on ammo. So like later on, like giving an item also will like give you more grenades, etc. But it's just
do you like it? Do you like
sounds
it?
complicated.
I think the thing is, it's one of those games where like it actually, as I got deeper into it, then it started to pick up. Like essentially like there's several what I would consider like episodes of storylines that are in there. And once you kind of get past the first episode and you sort of start to understand what is going on in the game a little bit better, and you start to get a little bit more of a sense of a through line, even though it's all out of order and disjointed, then I started to like it better. I think too, like, just one of the weird things is like the music in later areas I liked more, and so that kind of like helped stem some of the fatigue of some of the early areas.
Because like watching you fight this bullet sponge Ferris wheel seems a little tedious.
No, it is. That's the thing. And I think some of this stuff, like we were talking before about like the flaws, like it's sort of part of it in a weird way, because it's like
the
like
Death Stranding philosophy.
Yeah, it's like these are
boredom
these
is
are
a learning experience.
Flaws of you enjoying the moment to moment, but it's like, if you enjoyed the moment to moment, it wouldn't feel like this weird dream state.
Right.
So yeah, and like the episodes of things that you are dealing with, like being in this theme park and the characters that are there, or being underwater and talking to fish, and the fish are like, oh, the humans can't understand us, and it's like, are they eating sushi? And it's just like, just very strange stuff. Yeah, like
I love Q games. So.
a lamppost.
Yeah,
It's like,
they're
oh, it's
great.
hard to work the night shift. There
It's your whole dang job.
in the park, like, there are these mascots, and they're called the angelic angels, and I'm like, isn't that just redundant? Like, what is that?
That's funny.
Yeah. Like, here's the line of dialogue that I wrote down, because some of this stuff I just for the memories of it, it's just so crazy. I can't believe you're talking to a barrel like me, an outcast. You're a good guy. Just so you know, there's nothing inside me. Like, that's what a line of dialogue in this game is like.
That's a helpful barrel.
Yeah.
Like, if every drawer in a video game told me that there was nothing inside of it, that would save me a lot of time.
Right.
Dreams of another.
Yeah.
Sweet blood.
So, very interesting game, very artsy game. You definitely need to have patience if you're going to get into it. But yeah, I think it's just, even for the visuals, like, the way that they've made it work, and because, like, they're constantly moving and stuff too. It's like when they're the cloud. That's one thing that I found interesting too, is when they're the cloud, like, each particle is a circle, but when they're like kind of a solid object, they become a square. But they're always shifting around and moving and stuff, and like, after a little bit of time, they'll start to float away again, and so you've got to, like, re-engage them if you want them to be solid, but you don't need them to be. It's just sort of like a compulsion of, like, I want to see the world clearly kind of thing.
Yeah. That's good. I love that. Damiani, the August sales report, dude. What is going on in the sales world?
Oh, who has the information?
I'm still going through the numbers, but Damiani's here because we need Damiani.
Yeah.
So from Matt Piscatella of Circana, ranked by U.S. dollar sales, a few interesting things going on. Well, for one, we're looking at August, but September sales are going to be like 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
But August saw an 11% growth overall spending compared to last year, bringing sales to $4.7 billion, driven by NBA 2K26, a 6% increase in mobile game spending, and the Switch 2.
Of course.
Yeah.
Switch 2.
Of course.
I mean, that's the only
juggernaut.
thing I caught wind of, was that Switch 2 was keeping up that record pace.
Yeah,
apparently.
we're going to get a little deeper into that. So hardware spending increased 32% compared to a year ago. Switch 2 sales were able to offset double-digit percentage declines on both PS5 and Xbox.
Thanks, Miyamoto.
As well as the Switch. So all three of those platforms went down double digits, but because of the Switch 2, we're still up 32%.
Wow.
Jesus.
What a powerhouse. But also, come on, Switch 2, you got to be a little nicer to Switch 1. You want it to beat the record, man. You don't want to hurt it too much. Don't cast too big of a shadow.
With 2.4 million units sold life to date over its first 3 months, Switch 2 is now 5% ahead of the previous record-setting pace of the PS4.
Whoa.
Which sold 2.2 million units during its first 3 months. And then the Switch 2 unit sales are 77% ahead of the Nintendo Switch.
Jeez. It's interesting comparing it to the PS4, because the PS3 really got going at the end of its life cycle. And, a lot of people say that the 360 won that generation versus the PS3. Obviously, PS3 had some problems, but the Switch 1 is, like, gonna be the most popular system of all time. So it's interesting to compare it to the PS4 coming off the not as good PS3 versus the Switch 2 coming off the legendary Switch 1.
Yeah,
So,
just
something to
carrying that
think
momentum.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Video game content, actual games, increased 11% compared to a year ago. The growth was partially driven by 20% jump in console game spending, aided by the shift of NBA 2K26 to August. Okay, yeah, NBA was September last year. This year it moved to August. We had that same thing happen last year with Call of Duty. It shifted release months. Now here's the thing, Heber. We've been talking about the subscription prices going up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Year-to-date spending on non-mobile video game subscription services. So that's your PlayStation Plus, that's your Xbox Game Pass, that's your Nintendo Switch Online. 19% higher than a year ago. $3.6 billion they brought in there.
I wonder if that'll tank in
Yeah,
year to date.
We got to wait for that October.
Yeah,
2 more months.
October
We'll
one
see
will tank Game Pass.
We'll see. I mean,
That'll be interesting. Remember,
you've got fewer people
yeah.
paying, but you've got them paying more money. So
That's their thing.
and then on the mobile side, let's see. Most of it is pretty similar. Monopoly Go is still on top.
Monopoly Go. Even I played Monopoly Go for a couple
Monopoly
months.
came back
Yeah.
to McDonald's.
Clash Royale moved up 2 points. Pokemon Go moved up 6 points. King Shot, which I don't even know, moved up a spot. Whiteout Survival went down 3. Free Fire went down 3. Royal Kingdom went down 1. I don't know these games, but anyways, that's what's happening on mobile.
Pokemon Go went up because there's a new Pokemon game on the horizon,
I think
and more
partly,
people are trying to get their fix.
yeah, it comes down to like events that they're doing in Pokemon Go.
yeah.
People like flood in, but
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, top 20. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new games
Jeez.
from August. We already talked about NBA, so that's your number 1.
Is it August or September for
Madden.
Yeah.
Yep,
That's good.
Madden is second place.
Okay, there you go.
And so NBA
second.
debuted.
What?
NBA debuted at 5th place for the full year. Madden debuted at 10th place for the full year.
Oh, I mean,
Just instantly?
Don was calling out some stuff on that Madden when we did the bot thing. You know, they were kind of doing his Eagles dirty there. So,
But here's another thing that's really kind of makes this confusing. There's also the EA Sports MVP bundle that's at 8th place, and the EA Sports Kickoff bundle, which I don't even know what that one is the 9th place.
MVP.
So
some
Madden
early
sales are getting
launch.
split up with these bundles.
Yeah.
So it should be. It's really first.
I would
or
guess
whatever.
MVP is like basketball or baseball, and kickoff is the football.
That would
Yeah.
I have no idea, but like
That would make sense.
It'd be too weird to have two football.
No, I think EA Sports
bundles.
MVP bundle was because the Kickoff bundle is new.
Yeah.
The MVP bundle included the college football.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
Okay. Yeah, I guess NFL.
Yeah, I should look this one up,
One of
sorry.
them is, I feel like, the EA Sports Kickoff has to be NFL. The MVP I would guess is not NFL. But anyway.
Anyways, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4 others in there.
August feels like lifetimes
Yeah.
ago.
Millions of years ago.
We got two remaster remakes and 2 new sequels.
Remaster remakes. In
Metal Gear
August?
Solid for sure.
There you go.
Oh,
Fourth,
yeah.
fourth place. Metal
Hell
Gear.
yeah.
Wow.
That was fun.
Snake Eater.
Oh, and Kirby for sure.
Wait,
No, not Kirby.
Kirby was.
Oh, no Kirby.
I think Kirby might be September.
I think that's September.
Yeah, when was.
I don't remember when Kirby was, but it might be September.
Was Gears that month or this month?
Gears
was.
September. Sorry.
Gears.
Gears
Oh,
is
it's
6th
August?
place.
I feel
Yep.
like it was September.
Gears
Okay.
sick.
So you got your remasters. Now you got your sequels. One of these you
Okay.
should get. The other one I don't know.
Okay.
Squeakles?
Huber played it.
Huber
I
played it.
played it.
Okay.
One
so
of
it's-
Huber's legendary franchises.
Legendary franchises.
Legendary. Was there like a
Is there a Last of Us
Last
2
of Us?
remaster?
or
Mafia.
Mafia, he's got
Mafia.
it.
Yeah.
there you go. Mafia,
Third
Mafia.
place.
Third place.
Wow.
Good.
That's crazy.
I've
Yep.
been so worried about it. It like the reception is not negative, but it's not super positive. Everybody's just kind of like shrugging about Mafia, so I'm like really nervous, but that's awesome. That's good.
Yeah.
Great.
And the one that you guys would never pick, 19th place, Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar.
Would have never guessed.
How dare you, Blood, assume we are
Winning in
not
silence.
Story of Seasons experts. Very
Story of
disrespectful.
Seasons winning in
Very
silence.
Damiani has a
disrespectful.
separate Story of Seasons streaming
That's-
channel.
Exactly.
Yeah, so there's only a
hundreds
couple
of
other
hours.
things that are in the top 10. But in
Mario
overall
Kart World.
top 20, I'm curious.
I
what you
don't.
think.
Mario Kart
Yeah,
8.
is
Yeah,
Mario
Mario
Kart
Kart.
on this thing, Blood?
Did Mario
Because it
Kart
wasn't
fall
last
off?
month, and I'm confused.
Oh, I don't think we have any Mario Karts. No.
So what's
That's
going
insane.
on? Is it because is it just they don't include Nintendo Digital still, right?
Right. That's got to be a
So
big
is it
part
just
of
like overwhelmingly just digital purchases for that thing? Like,
Well, digital and the bundle.
The bundle.
and yeah, we got to get that Nintendo like quarterly report to see what's
Yeah.
going on with that. I
But
wait,
the bundle's
it's doing
going to skew
amazing.
everything so much
Yeah.
because like even if like you're not like hardcore Mario Kart, like you probably like Mario Kart enough that you'll buy the bundle.
Buy it anyway.
Yeah.
I guess like we don't know how many like physical copies they made to sell if they were relying on like digital in the bundle, because you would assume if it was like selling gangbusters, a physical copy would still be showing up in the top 20 each month, even if it's on the lower end.
Mm-hmm.
Like Mario Kart 8, was showing up for how long? So like I do think like
Decades.
until we have that context from Nintendo from the quarterly report, you could look at this and be like, what's going on with Mario Kart World? Because there is a little bit of discourse out there that like people moved on from it too soon, and maybe it doesn't have the legs that 8 had. So we'll have to see. Yeah.
Yeah, just
anything
8
else?
Damiani, I feel like just 8 lasted for so long
Mm-hmm.
that by the time World came out, it's like we were already fatigued at launch because we've been playing Mario Kart for 10 years. It's like,
Yeah, that is a thing. Like I do feel like Nintendo should strongly. I mean, they like selling those tens of millions of copies with each new
Yeah.
refresh, but they also should like at some point, maybe consider doing, making
I don't know,
just, like,
man. It's a
making
game
it
that
platform.
basically skipped a series that skipped a generation almost.
making it like a platform, like GTA Online or something like that, where it's just always there, and they just add like they have like seasonal content, and
Make it a Fortnite.
Yeah, like that, like Fortnite. Sorry, it's a better example.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel
I think
like Mario Kart's perfect for that, and the phone, the tour or whatever was like perfect, like kind of
Yeah.
template, a template to take. Maybe not perfect, but like do something like that where you have like the cosmetic skins and stuff like that you can like get from like the whatever they will call the battle pass for it, or if they want to do it differently, so be it. Just yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm curious which one would in the end would make more money, for them. I feel like Mario Kart is the one place that they could maybe try that with, and it would actually maybe potentially make more money than waiting every generation to release a new entry.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe. We also, I think we have to wait until like there are other bundles and stuff out there. I think Switch 2 is just so fresh and so new that
That's a good point.
that's gonna be like where the majority of those Mario Kart sales are gonna come from. It's like, oh, I'm picking up a Switch 2 and Mario Kart, and and until that's not the default thing for people to buy, I think we probably won't see as much on the standalone game. Anything else you want to know where it's hitting on this list?
GTA 5.
Of course.
GTA 5, 13th place.
Yeah, where's Minecraft?
Minecraft.
11th place.
It's gonna don't worry, it's gonna go
how,
up. They
dude?
announced a
How?
Minecraft movie too, so it'll be like in the top 10 in October. Watch, excitement's
But
building
Roblox
again.
is never on there.
Also,
'cause
that
it's
I don't know that Roblox reports.
yeah.
Winning in silence.
winning in silence. Yeah, that
Yeah.
and Crossfire and Tarkov or whatever.
Yeah. Tarkov actually coming out next month.
Yeah. Oh God, right. It hasn't even been out, so they
It's
wouldn't
not
be
even
reporting
1.0
it.
yet.
Will that
ready
hit?
for that
Will
full
that
list?
hit the list?
Yeah, what we got on there?
20th, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
Wild.
Rockstar's making money, man.
Gabby's pumped.
That's nuts.
19th, Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar. 18th, Hogwarts Legacy. 17th, WWE 2K25. 16th, still hanging in there, Grounded 2.
Wow. Nice.
Wow. Okay.
15th, Forza Horizon 5. Still hanging on that
Wow.
PlayStation release. On the opposite side, 14th, Helldivers 2 popped back up here because of the Xbox release.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Crazy.
13th is GTA 5. 12th is Black Ops 6. 11th is Minecraft. 10th, Huber, that movie anticipation, Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, Hinokami Chronicles 2.
I gotta play the second one because
Up from 24th.
I really liked the first one of those games. The first one is really fun. I really want to play number 2 for sure.
9th is the EA Sports Kickoff Bundle. 8th is the EA Sports MVP Bundle. 7th, Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Nice.
That's still doing pretty good for only physical.
Physical
app.
only, or the reporting on the physical only. Like that's why I see Donkey Kong and I'm like, and I don't see Mario Kart. I still, despite everything we talked about, I'm still like, I still expect it to be like in the top 20, but whatever.
6th is Gears of War Reloaded. 5th is EA Sports College Football, and then
You're
4th.
pronouncing that wrong. It's pronounced EA Sports.
It's in the game.
It's in the game.
4th we got Metal Gear. 3rd we got Mafia. 2nd is Madden. 1st is NBA.
I just realized there's something not on this list.
What's that?
I think it might finally drop. There's no Elden Ring this month.
Oh, right.
Oh, true. Night Rain?
Night Rain or Elden? Yeah, like where is it?
Either of them.
Night Rain is still 7th for the year.
Dead game,
but yeah.
dude. Dead game. Dead game. I mean, the DLC is, they haven't had a date for that, but it's rumored, still claimed to be this year, so who knows?
Nice.
Game Awards
That'll
or
be
something.
huge.
We'll see. Yeah.
Yeah, that
where-
that update dropped after August, I think, right?
The Dark of Night or whatever dropped. People are kind of,
Hit or miss on it.
yeah, they're kind of okay on it. I feel like it didn't breathe life back into it the way From might have expected, but yeah. I'm wondering where Final Fantasy Tactics will land next month if it does.
Yeah.
It feels like it's doing well.
Seems
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
lot
I
of
hope
people
so.
saying
I'm loving it.
I wanted to search because I thought Matt Piscella posted like the platform breakdowns of the top 10, and I
Oh, yeah, he
brought up
does.
the Nintendo one, and Mario Kart World's not even in the top 10 of Nintendo. 8's on there, but like Mario Kart World's not even in the top 10 for physical. It's physical, so like I think they had a limited print run, and they're just not printing any more physical copies or something. I think they just because they're just relying on the bundle right now. Like I wonder whenever they phase out that bundle, it'll start charting again or something. Interesting. Sorry, I wanted to bring that up because
Yeah, for sure.
to me that gives more evidence that there's something. It's not doing bad. There's just like Nintendo probably did something like a limited run for the physical print of the game, and that's the only reason why. It's not
Or
selling.
the other option, Damiani, is maybe there's maybe the supply shortage, like maybe the Mario Kart World bundle of the Switch 2 is more prevalent than being able to find it without it.
Yeah.
That could be a thing.
There's
Yeah.
basically just not enough physical copies out there for it to chart. Basically,
Right.
like it has no chance to chart because there are enough out there. But digital, like when we can finally see the digital sales, like I'm expecting that number to be like massive. Like it's gonna be like, oh, there you go, that's huge.
Also this week, Blood.
All right. Well, I got one that I wasn't sure whether to make a full story or not, but I figured we didn't have a lot of time with everything. So, but first one is a big one. According to a report from Stephen Totillo, last July, Ubisoft canceled an Assassin's Creed game set in the American South after the Civil War. It would have featured a
Cowards.
former slave fighting against the Ku Klux Klan. Management in Paris reportedly stopped development due to backlash against Yasuke and Assassin's Creed Shadows, as well as the, quote, current political climate in the U.S. You can check out Game File from Stephen Totillo to read more, but yeah.
Fucking Ubisoft.
How fucking cooked are we? We're fighting the KKK. Where a company would listen to people on the side of the KKK?
Yeah, it's insane.
Fuck this shit, dude. Also, it's so American-centric, whatever, because, do you not realize, the story of every Assassin's Creed game is...
Right.
is-
What about
just
the
'cause
part
it's
where you had
not-
a boss battle with the Pope, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Just because it's not in America, they don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But because it's politics and racism that they understand, they're like, oh, we can't have this game. Ugh.
Yep. Ubisoft pisses me
tired,
off.
dude. It's tired. Well, and the fact that Ubisoft would listen, it's tired, dude.
Yep.
Like,
sounds like such a good premise.
That sounds like an
Incredible
amazing
premise. Yeah.
Also, like, if there's two groups of people that you should be able to punch and stab with impunity, it's fucking Nazis and the KKK.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like every living human should be totally okay with that.
Yeah.
Like fucking God.
Villains with a capital V. What is the problem here?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, God fucking damn it. Oh my God. Whatever. Dude. I mean, Ubisoft, fuck, whatever.
Yeah.
Mark Cerny, the
I
man
would've
who is
played that.
always working on new PlayStation hardware, is talking about new PlayStation hardware.
Crazy.
In a video regarding, quote, Project Amethyst, Cerny is joined by AMD to talk about graphical features that might come in the next PlayStation console in a few years' time.
Okay.
Dude, I watched like 45 seconds of this and I was like, I cannot. Like, with this, like, just two dudes talking about machine learning potentially helping
Word
graphics
salad.
cards. I'm just like, I don't give a shit, guys. Come on.
Yeah, they talk about machine learning. They talk about future versions of FSR, ray tracing, radiance cores,
Radiance cores?
Yeah.
Cores.
neural arrays.
Sounds
all
like
kinds of-
Skynet, dude.
If
It's
this
just
if this
graphics
doesn't bring
card
us the best
architecture
Knack
stuff.
game ever made, I don't.
But yeah, the funny thing is because they even are talking about the next PlayStation, some people are like, oh, Sony's getting ready. And now I listen to these guys and I'm like, oh no, this is a ways up. Like, they're like pie in the sky, like
They're
what the
reconnoitering,
architecture is
yeah.
going to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, 2027 absolute earliest.
Tron
Absolute.
Radiance. Zord
Yeah, no, 28 for
28
sure.
most
Yeah,
likely,
it's going to
yeah.
take time to build this thing and then test it
Yeah.
and everything. Yeah, so and
got
then
time.
you get into the mass producing it.
Yeah.
The good news is, like, if PS6 has Radiance cores, that means we probably are on track for the PS9 having nanobots that go up your nose. And the promise of that commercial will be real.
Totally.
Unfortunately, we have some layoff news this week. First off, Heart Machine is seeing more layoffs. We've seen news of several developers being let go. I don't have a full number, but I've seen quite a few people posting about being laid off this week. Hyperlight Breaker, which released in early access this January, is basically going to be winding down development, but they are going to put in a final round to polish and have, like, essentially one last big update next January.
Yeah,
So
I have friends who work at this company, so there's a lot of stuff I could say. Some of which I could say, some of which maybe I shouldn't say. But, like, yeah, dude. I mean, like, this isn't surprising to me. Like, Breaker didn't do well. It's a bummer. I think that you know, Heart Machine has talent and has potential, but I think that the structure of the company maybe should shift around a little to put people in positions where they're doing things that they might be better at doing. Yeah, I mean, whatever. But, like, obviously I want people to not get laid off, and I want games to succeed. So this just sucks up and down.
Keeps happening.
Yeah.
there's also been layoffs at Funcom.
Yeah, Norwegian company.
Even with the success of Dune Awakening, which I feel like is doing well. But
Maybe. I think.
caught
Who
up
knows?
Caught up in all that, though, The Outsiders, developers of Metal Hellsinger, has been completely shuttered, and they are looking to they're seeking options, basically. Like, if there's anyone that wants to fund them going into a new form, creating a new company, then they're looking for a way to make that happen. So, but Funcom has let them go, unfortunately.
Bummer.
Now let's perk it up. Roll
Perk
that
it
footage, Isla, for
Bring us back.
Barcore.
Barcore.
Yeah. So this trailer's been out there for a few weeks now, but I still want to give it some love. There's a demo now. Haven't checked that out yet, but you play as a dog named Agent Thunder. You've got jetpack. You've got like a cloaking device. You got wall
Wait.
running.
This looks kind of sick, though.
That's the thing. That's the thing. First I'm like, okay, this is Stray for dog people. But no, like I start watching it and the gameplay actually looks really, really different, really fast, really fun.
It's like action Tokyo Jungle.
Yeah, crazy.
Well, you're a secret agent taking down, guards and stuff. So
Dragging the body into the bush as a dog is very cool.
yeah.
And Agent Thunder is an acronym, which is like, what's the acronym for?
Yeah, I'd have to look that up, but it definitely seeing the trailer, I was like, okay, this could be really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. The next one that I forgot to include in my TGS coverage is Project Remind.
Remind.
And we can roll this one too. So I didn't actually play this. What happened was I was sitting on the steps taking notes, and the developers saw my media badge and like, hey, here's our card. And then they sent me the email afterwards. But I think Isla would be into this. This looks very misty, Talos Principle-y.
Yeah.
Misty.
Like you're like exploring like the memories of this guy and figuring it all out. But a lot of first person puzzle solving with like architectural puzzles. There's even one part where there's like an actual blueprint. Like you're moving rooms around on the blueprint to like figure out the layout of a building or something. I'm not sure exactly how it works.
You are in fact speaking my language here, Blood.
Yeah.
This sounds interesting to me.
Yeah,
also, you
so
just reminded me of one of my favorite E3 experiences was just bumping into the Image and Form guys and sitting in the hallway playing. I think it was SteamWorld Dig 2 for like an hour on their Switch, just like sitting on the ground.
Nice.
It was awesome.
Yeah, I had that. I've had a couple of those laptop experiences back at E3. Yeah. But yeah, so that's coming to PC first half of next year.
Nice.
I feel like there was something called Remind like this already.
I know, yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Colon, though? It was like RE:'Mind. Am I nuts? Oh well.
I do not know.
Yeah.
And then lastly, unfortunately we were recording this without Damiani, but Mario and Wario is out on Nintendo Switch online. This is the first time this game has been available outside of Japan.
Sick.
It was developed by Game Freak for the Super NES, and it exclusively uses mouse controls. So that's one of the reasons it didn't come over here, because the mouse, they didn't want to publish like another mouse-only game or whatever here and deal with all that, I guess.
But now this is on Switch Online.
Yeah. So yeah, you can use the mouse controls on the Switch now.
Cool.
But it reminds me a little bit of the Mario versus Donkey Kong games, because you have a character that's like just automatically moving, and you kind of have to like click and create a path in front of them.
Was it Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind? Is that a thing? Is
Oh
that
my
real?
god, that DLC is insanely
that could be, yeah,
fun.
yeah.
That maybe is what I'm thinking of. Sorry to interrupt.
So anyways, yeah,
so
I've never played
difficult.
Mario and Wario before, so I'm curious to check it out.
It
But
looks cool.
Yeah, Blood. What the hell?
that is out now.
Crazy.
It's out now.
It's like the best thing I can say about a digital world is just getting access now to a game that never came out here. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Digital world.
Yeah.
It's time for love and respect.
Do 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 do.
Love and respect.
That was clean.
Pretty good, yeah.
From Amir Rangnecker. Oh, but
Probably.
Ragnar.
Rangnecker. Hey, Easy Allies. I've had Metaphor ReFantasio since last December and still have yet to start it. When I get a game that I know is incredibly long, I try to find a time where I can slot it in and know I'll be able to get it through to completion, but other new releases or shorter games in my backlog end up taking precedence. That happens to me often. Part of it is fitting a long game in my free gaming hours, but another is just being intimidated by the sheer length. Do any of you have the same problem? And if so, what gets you over the hill to just jump in and commit? So long games, how do you manage time?
I definitely relate to this specifically right now because Borderlands 4 has been bumped to the side because of all of my travels and stuff like that. And then it's easier for me to jump into even an 8-hour game like Dreams of Another and get through that and talk about it than to, because like I did go back to Borderlands 4 this week and put a few hours in, but like I still didn't even get to like the next story quest, right? It's just so big with so much to do that I'm just fooling around with some side contracts over here, and like, okay, I don't even have the freaking vehicles in this game yet. I'm not ready to talk about it, you know. So let me shift gears, play some of this other stuff that I can get to, and try to get more Borderlands in this weekend, I guess. But now I've got new stuff that I have to play. You know, it's so hard. That's exactly what they're saying.
Yeah.
And the only, you know, I mean, when you don't have other deadlines, obviously, then the solution of doing it is just to do it. But it is.
That happens.
It is difficult.
That happens very often. Is I'll be playing a game and then that I really like and I want to finish, but then it's like, okay, well, we got to cover this one now that's coming out, and then I'll jump on that and I'll be like, get really far in that, and it's like, okay, now you got to go to this one. So then the backlog keeps growing, and then it does, because the backlog is so big. I do start prioritizing the shorter ones to just kind of just clear the deck a little bit.
It is funny, like questions like this are always funny because it's like, well, us having this job, like definitely changes the way I play games and how many games I would play. Like if I, you know, was working as just a video editor or whatever, I would probably play obviously I would play way fewer games because I wouldn't be constantly getting codes for games, right?
Oh, I would have never in my life tried Frostpunk 2. Right?
Oh, right.
And
then, it's like, it's funny because that allows me to be surprised by things I wouldn't have otherwise thought I would like, and then play those to completion. But then also, like, try a bunch of games that I assume I would have liked, and then be like, you know, 2-3 hours in, be like, okay, like, I did my coverage, like, I don't have to keep playing this if I don't want to. So, it's like an interesting kind of mix for me.
Yeah.
For me, it's always just like, if I'm enjoying a game, I'll keep playing it. If I'm not, I won't. So, unless I'm like officially on the hook for like a review or finishing something, like, you know, in real life, I would have waited to beat Silent Hill F for a third time until some walkthrough was there to show me how to get the ending I wanted. Because beating it the third time and getting the second ending again, I was like, well, that was a waste of time. Because I didn't know how to get a certain thing because there weren't any review guides out or anything.
But the long games are the worst though, because I mean, I have a similar problem with Metaphor, right? Like I put 20 hours into Metaphor and then just other things had to be done.
Yeah. The most painful
didn't
one
get back to it.
Totally. The most painful one for me so far this year is Death Stranding 2. It's like literally my favorite game this year. It's actually my favorite game that I've played, and I'm like 30 plus hours in, 35 hours in, and it just keeps getting further and further away and further down the fucking backlog, and it's like, am I even going to get back to this now? It's like,
same thing. I haven't started Death Stranding or Yote, and I'm like, so fun. I know I'm going to love both those games.
But
Death Stranding
not
2
all...
is interesting for me because it's like, I'm like 10 hours in, like I'm about to go into Australia, whatever, spoilers, sorry. But and then I keep like almost firing it up, and then I'm just like, and then I just don't.
Totally, because it's not just about the length. The length is obviously a huge factor in the way we prioritize, and a lot of people prioritize, but not all long games are the same level of tax and commitment. Ghost of Yote is a really long game, but I keep chipping away at it because of the structure of that game. It's so easy to turn it on. The load times are insane, obviously, but like Ghost of Yote, just there's no downtime in that game, which is so nice to make it flow. Like
it doesn't have its own like language of controls and like deep weird story shit, and like, you know, Death Stranding 2 is not a bite size kind of experience. Like every time I fire up, or I'm about to fire up Death Stranding 2, I'm like, do I have 3 hours?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Like when you
I'm
sit
gonna
down,
have
you
to
have
do-
to commit. Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna have to do one mission, which will take an hour and a half, and then I'm gonna get a cutscene, which will be 2 hours long. So it's
Right.
do I have the time?
Yeah, be very careful when you finish one of those games.
Yeah.
Because that is going to take a while.
Yeah. Awesome. Love it. Thank you, Amir. From Simon Damoni Little. Hello, allies. With games like Lies of P, shout out Lies of P. I'm obsessed. I was going to say something cool about Lies of P. I'm obsessed. Black Myth Wukong, the Witcher series, and even Bioshock being based in literature, it's clear that books have a huge impact on games. What books would you like to see adapted into games? Not your Telltale types, but Pride and Prejudice dating sim, or a Little Women survival horror game, or a roguelike set in the Southern Reach series.
Dude. I mean, yeah, like an Annihilation, like Southern Reach Area X game would be pretty tight. I mean, like Little Women, you joke, but Little Women survival horror, but it's like
I'm down.
that's just being a woman. Like the
so
horror
down.
is the patriarchy, and the survival is survival. Like, but yeah, I mean, like there's a Nabokov book called Invitation to a Beheading, which I actually adapted into a feature-length screenplay many years ago. That would make a good point and click game probably. Like I have no mouth and I'm a Scream style, like not that bleak, but that would be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to slightly cheat a little bit because it's a manga and a movie, but Nazca's a world that I would really love to explore, you know,
I have a
with the
TTRPG
giant bugs and
inspired by
everything.
Nazca. Did I ever tell you
Nice.
that?
But
I mean,
yeah, getting around on the
castle would be tight,
getting
like,
around on
all
her
those.
glider, you know,
Yeah.
and going through the toxic jungle and everything. Like, yeah, it would just be such a cool world to explore.
Oh, yeah.
It's interesting because it's like now that I'm thinking about Ghibli, I'm thinking of like 200 games that are inspired obviously by
Yes.
things in Ghibli. Like
Yeah.
some very directly, but even
Yeah.
like Reika with the like walking house or whatever, I'm like, that's Howl's Moving Castle sort of. Like obviously there are other mythos involved, but yeah.
I read way
Wandering
more
Village is kinda
comics
like that.
than real books, and those have been adapted
Comics
many
are real
times. Yeah. Or like, you know, non-drawn books, I guess.
Dude,
yeah.
Huber, you got to read the Power Fantasy. It's so good. It's like modern Watchmen. I feel like it's
Dude,
really cool.
Sick.
Yeah.
It's a graphic novel.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
By the Wicked and Divine guy?
One of my favorite comic book stores in my city is this place called Alakazam.
Mm.
Great shop.
Nice.
Alrighty. Thank you, Simon. Simone? Simon.
I think Simon, yeah.
Simone de Money.
Let's play a game.
Ah. Weep, weep, weep. This one I have the music for, so I guess I don't have to fake it.
From G the Finger. Did you know that 0.6% of players achieved S rank on all missions in Devil May Cry 5? Did you know that the same percentage of Americans who have claimed to be abducted by aliens that's the same percentage of Americans who have claimed to be abducted by aliens?
Wait. Okay. According to some metrics, because obviously it's hard to tell how many trans people there are, but it's always less than 1%, because for sure there are fewer of us than that. But like some people say 0.1%, so that means that there are more people who claim to be abducted by aliens than trans people. And yet, who are we litigating against?
Yeah.
I say
fuck.
shift the blame to the abductees.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Shout out
Anyway.
to Fire in the Sky. Best alien abduction movie there is.
The years leading up to that movie, Huber,
Yeah.
like I was a kid,
It's so scary.
deathly afraid of that stuff. Like
It is
literally,
scary.
like looking out my window at night and imagining that there would be a spaceship landing in the field.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Like
dude.
I was
to-
very like my brain was very locked into this is a real thing that was happening. Yeah.
That
Shout out
movie
to
made
No
me
One Will
think
Save You.
aliens are real. What
Sorry. I said shout out to No One Will Save You.
Okay.
That that movie that you like, remember? On Hulu?
Yes.
Very little
Good.
dialogue. Yeah.
Caitlin Dever. Yes.
Yeah,
Good one.
good stuff.
Of course not. Why would you? So let's compare data in a game I like to call rarest drops. The rules are simple. I'll give you 8 sets of statistics. The first will always be a completion percentage of an Xbox achievement, and the second will not be related to gaming whatsoever. All you have to do is tell me which is more rare
Okay.
between the two.
Which is more
Adoration
rare?
and admiration. Yeah. So what's more rare? Reaching level 10 in Borderlands 4 or the amount of U.S. adults who have admitted to peeing in a public pool?
Level 10.
Number of adults.
Pee. 78% reach level 10 versus 47% who pee in pools.
Liars, dude. They're
Admitted
all
to.
liars. Yeah, admitted to it. Admitted to it.
Admitted was the key word there. What's more rare, completing Chapter 1 in Ninja Gaiden 2 Black or the percentage of Americans who believe Bigfoot is real?
Ooh. Level 1 makes that so interesting.
Chapter 1? Is Chapter 1 a
Chapter
level
1.
or is it several levels?
Great question.
Good point. I'll say Ninja Gaiden.
Blood?
Yeah, let's get Ninja Gaiden.
Bigfoot. 38% completed Chapter 1. 20% believe in Bigfoot. 20%?
38% is still pretty low for a Chapter 1 of a video.
1 in 5 people believe in Bigfoot. That is fucking intense. I don't not believe in Bigfoot, but also I probably don't.
I leave the door
believe
open,
in
you know?
I leave the door open for a great many things. I agree. But that is a lot of people.
I don't believe in Bigfoot, but I don't not believe in Bigfoot, you know?
Exactly.
Well, I mean, I was telling
It could
Isla,
easily happen. Bigfoot.
I was telling Isla yesterday, I think, that like I heard on the radio, you know, as we do. I heard on the radio that
I've never heard anything on the radio.
1 in 5 high schoolers now say that they've had a relationship with an AI chatbot.
Whoa.
Like a capital R relationship?
Yeah.
Whoa. 20%.
We're cooked, dude. We're cooked.
Yeah.
Humanity
That's a
is
lot.
over, dude. We had
20%
our
is
shot.
a big chunk.
We had a bad
Yeah.
run. We fucked it up. It's over. You know? It's fine.
Next is evolving the garlic in Vampire Survivors or Icelanders who have published a book.
God, I hope it's the book. But no, everyone evolves garlic. That's like the best one.
I'm going garlic.
Yeah, it's got to be garlic.
Garlic, 29% evolved garlic versus 41% of Icelanders who've published a book.
Oh yeah, right. I forgot we were saying which one's less.
Yeah, which one's
Yeah.
that? So you got it. You got
Yeah.
it. Anyway, though.
Yeah. I mean, Iceland's a good
Wait,
place to be writing a book.
40% of Icelanders have
41% of
published
Icelanders have published a book.
That's huge.
published a book.
That is
wild.
huge.
How's that
That
even
is-
possible?
That seems
almost half
not
the country.
possible. I mean, for context, I don't know the population of Iceland, but the population of Norway is 5 million-ish people, which is
Yeah.
like less than a third of the population of Los Angeles, greater Los Angeles. So it's
Iceland's
like,
so fun.
that's crazy.
Iceland is fucking sick.
What's the population of Iceland?
Probably pretty small because I drove around that entire country when I went there on vacation. I drove around all of Iceland. I did a full loop, and
Chat
there's only
says-
a couple. There's only a couple big cities, and that's it on the whole.
Chat says that
In
the
the whole
population
country.
of Iceland is 404,000.
That makes sense.
So what's
Wow.
'Cause
4%
once
of
you
that?
get away
4,000?
from like Reykjavik
No.
and stuff, it's just like there's nothing. It's just land.
That's
So
like
that's like 160,000 people have published books out of Iceland?
Crazy.
I feel
All right.
though that's the thing though. I feel like Iceland's a place you go when you want to write a book.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like you
are
move to
we-
Iceland. I'm gonna start writing books. Like
Good
But
call.
are we only counting citizens of Iceland, or is it people who wrote a book in Iceland? Holy shit, dude. 40% of 404,000 is 161,000. I just did that off the dome, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Jason's rubbing off on you.
I've always had a good intuitive understanding of math, but I just don't believe in myself. Like when I guess, I'm usually pretty close, but I don't believe in myself.
Gotta believe.
Or chat says they have one author who's published 160,000 books, so it's just an average. Spiritual math.
What's more rare, defeating Melania in Elden Ring or the percentage of the U.S. population who have ever worked at McDonald's?
Melania.
Oh, Melania.
There are a lot of Americans, though. Some might say too many.
But we're talking rarer.
Rarer, yeah.
Which is rare?
Melania.
McDonald's or Melania? What do you say, bud?
That's what I said, yeah.
It's McDonald's. 20% have filled
Really?
Melania versus 1.3% have worked at McDonald's. So big
That
gap
makes
there.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of Americans, blood.
There's a lot of people in this country,
Okay.
and not a lot of people work at McDonald's.
More people have
Ever,
worked at
though.
McDonald's than are trans.
And Melania was hyped. Everybody wanted to get in
Yeah,
on it. Nobody
everyone
wanted
tried
to
to
miss
get
that. Everyone was like, I got to beat that boss.
Plus, there's new cheese now. I just saw a video. You can like jump up a tree and like jump through the level, but you'll get credit for killing Melania before you die.
Whoa.
Oh,
It's so
wow.
funny.
Alrighty. A few more. What's more rare? Going on a date with Karlak in Baldur's Gate 3 versus
That's
the percentage of Americans who believe HTML is an STD.
Karlak is a very hard achievement. I think it's one of the lowest achievements in the game. So that is rare. That HTML thing is hilarious. But
Never
America
even heard of that.
Has bad
Never
education.
even heard of that.
So I'll say Karlak is rarer.
I'll go Karlak.
Karlak, 5%.
God.
I've dated Karlak, only 5%. That is crazy. Versus 11% who believe you need protection against HTML.
I caught a
You
bad
kind
case
of need
HTML
protection,
in
but
high
it's not an STD.
Yeah, I caught a bad case of it on my MySpace page.
All right, two more. What's more rare? Beating through the fire and the flame on Expert in Guitar Hero 3,
That's hard.
or believing the sun revolves around the earth.
It's probably fucking Guitar Hero. There
I'm
are
going to go
flat
with the
earthers.
sun. I'm going to go with the sun. I mean, there are, but I think they're overhyped.
Probably.
It's Guitar Hero. 2.6% have
Dang it.
conquered Dragon Force
This
Versus-
is not a good game.
versus 4% believe Earth is the center of the solar system.
This is a depressing game.
4%? That's pretty low. That's pretty low.
More than there.
Not low enough.
Yeah, I
not low
thought it'd
enough.
be. I honestly thought.
Let's
it'd be
persecute the fucking sun around the earth, people. Fuck.
higher. Last one. What's more rare? Beating every Halo campaign on legendary difficulty with all skulls on.
Jeez.
Just
that is
in a
fucking
collection
insane.
or in how do they have this metric?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Beating every single Halo campaign on legendary difficulty with all skulls on,
That seems very, very rare.
or the percentage of the U.S. population that are professional magicians.
I'm gonna say Halo, dude.
I gotta say Halo.
It's magicians.
Hey!
0.03% have beaten Halo. It's called the LASO challenge. 0.03%. That is less than 0.1%.
There are more trans people
Vers-
than magicians. Okay.
Versus 0.01% are professional magicians. 0.01.
Shout out to our friend Brian, who is a magician and takes us to
Sick.
the Magic Castle sometimes. I
That is sick.
appreciate that.
Very fun. That's very cool. Never been.
It's awesome.
Fuck yeah. It's got a good looking vibe. Alrighty. By the way, we've got bets. But before we get to bets, Easy Allies patrons are getting 2 bonus love and respect questions, including our favorite links. So if you want to get in on that extended cut,
What, like
consider
the
becoming-
cat?
Yeah, I don't know. Consider becoming a $5 patron at patreon.com/easyallies. You'll get the ad-free version of this podcast 2 days early.
Or
Get into the
day and a half this time.
day and a half
Yeah.
this time.
This week got a little fucked, yeah.
Yeah, you get into the official Discord, and you can submit questions to love and respect. So get in there. We also have other tiers. You can throw $1 in there, a couple bucks in there. You can sub here on twitch.tv/EasyAllies as well to help us out. And if you really, really want to help us out, you can join one of our producer tiers, our platinum producers. Get a shout out on this podcast each and every week. This month's shout outs go to Jabbalabs, El Thanis, Soltab, and Garrett Holfish. Shout out. Now join us on Patreon for those bonus questions. Patreon.com/EasyAllies. Alrighty. This week's bet. We got a big megaton coming at us all, except probably me, because I'll probably not play or play for 20 minutes. Pokemon Legends Z to A is finally coming out. I don't know why I said finally. There's always a Pokemon game coming out. How many Pokeballs will we see in the launch trailer? Images only. So if it says Pokeballs, like an inventory slot, if it says Pokeballs, doesn't count. But if there's an image next to it of a Pokeball,
yeah.
that
Well,
counts.
my question was if it said Pokeballs 12, did all 12 of those count? But Heber says no.
We
Just
said
the
no,
image.
but we do count the Pokemon Center. If it has a Pokeball in the building, on the building, that counts. So simulacra of
Yeah, I mean, there's
Pokeball.
going to be some judgment calls because I could see like a tower with the Pokeball on it, that counting.
yeah.
But if you have like just a general building it's still a building, but it looks sort of like a Pokeball, I don't know.
The ones that look like Pokeballs definitely are made to look like Pokeballs.
Yeah.
The council will be on call. They will be on standby to discuss. The arrogant child, Damiani,
He's got 6.
6 Pokeballs.
What are you,
The
high?
Wicked Worm, Daniel Bloodworth.
I've got 8.
Fuck.
Why are you guys guessing so low?
I don't know.
I don't know.
The
Take
Whimsical
what I think
Scum,
is-
Isla.
I said 36.
36.
36 Pokeballs. That's a shit ton of Pokeballs.
It's a Pokemon game.
Punish Castellanos, Don.
Don also said 8.
Gabby, the
Sophia, how many
Strange
Pokeballs are we
Valentine.
Gabby said 15.
15. And I said, what did I say, Blood? I sent you it. I think I said 7. Yeah, 7. I'm squeezed out here.
Yeah, you've got 7.
Am I crazy?
Blood, you got lucky here. Do you want to know why? I was actually thinking about using a sketchy token, but because Dawn also said 8, it wouldn't matter if I
Right.
changed yours. Because I'm boxed in right now, 6, 7, 8. I could move Damiani's, but
Can't you use it when we hear the results?
no.
I think so. I think he can use it anytime.
I think you can just
Oh.
use it. It's
Okay.
very powerful.
Okay. Well, we still got a couple months here, so. But there we go. The bets are in. The bets are locked. And last week's bet, speaking of Pokemon, Digimon is having its fun in the sun.
Yeah, it came out last week.
Time Stranger is out. And we asked in the launch trailer, or the most recent trailer, how many Digis will we find? That includes voice and text, Digimon, Digital World, Digivolve, De-Digivolve, any word that includes Digi. The Agent trailer came out. Damiani said 26. Bloodworth said 9. Isla said 42. Don said 9. Gabby said 35. I said 11. The actual answer was 12.
Yeah.
Giving me the point.
Most of those were like on the like almost like, does it count kind of card at the end where it's like all the pre-order bonuses and then it's just like digital editions. Here's a logo, here's a logo, here's a logo. Like, yeah, the very, very end, they all came
But nobody
through.
said Digimon out loud?
It said twice, I think.
Wow. Yeah,
That
so
is
far
out
just
loud.
looking,
Huge.
I've only seen one.
Yeah.
Because Blood and Dawn had the low, so that really helped me out there. That bet. That brings the scores. I've been on a little roll here. I don't want to jinx it. I was in the cellar and I am climbing out of the cellar, chat. The scores are Dawn with 10, Punish Castellanos. Dispatch. I think I heard a dispatcher somewhere. In this. Second place is the Wicked Worm Bloodworth with 8. And I am coming up on your rear view. I am in third with 7. There are 7 points to my name. Alrighty.
Whoa.
We got some stuff to talk about. Battlefield pre-launch impressions. We have covered Battlefield 6 in the past. A couple months ago, I went to an event, a live multiplayer event. So we talked about multiplayer heavily there. This pre-launch impression video is mostly about the campaign. Gabby had played a ton of it. I had played a little bit and a little bit of multiplayer, but definitely a game where we want to see the servers on for the real deal. It's actually out fully today, right now. Battlefield 6 is fully out right now. People are jumping in. So definitely a game we want to give a week or so to kind of settle, see how the servers are holding up, the multiplayer matches and the flow and all that are holding up. So we'll talk about it definitely once we get our sea legs there. Bloodworth's TGS booth tour is now available for patrons. Check that out. Some good content.
You should poke to that too, Huber, because there's some stuff in there that like the Battlefield booth is crazy because there's like a whole freaking helicopter hanging there and then like a tank coming through a wall. Like, it's pretty sick.
This week, Bloodworth was on the DLC pod with Jeff Kanata and Christian Spicer chatting about Carimara, Lego Party, Sonic Racing, your time at TGS, and a lot more. So check that out at dlcpod.com. Check it out. Jeff Kanata, what a nice guy.
Yeah.
Every time I've met Jeff, it has been nothing but the most pleasant, good vibes.
Yeah, it was funny because like we don't know each other that well, right? Like
same.
We've talked to each
I've met
other
him a couple
like
times here and there,
here and there, but like even like years ago, right? Like I haven't talked to that guy very recently.
I haven't seen him in so long. Yeah.
And so it was funny for him to like send that invite, and like one of the things on the show notes is like, yeah, we have a clean label on it, so don't do any swearing. And I'm like, I got you, no problem.
You know not with whom you deal.
Yep. And then we have our Halloween stream on October 28th from 2 to 8 p.m. And it looks like we'll be fundraising for Gamers Outreach again this year. We're going to be playing Silent Hill F, Haunting Ground, and Jackbox. Sweet. I won the bet, so I get to do the shout-outs and all of that stuff. I will give a shout out to none other than Dodgers baseball, of course. Right now, I was at the game last night. I was there, and it was an instant classic. Fuck yeah, going down in my books absolutely as one of the best games I've been to. There's nothing like being at a playoff sporting game, especially one you are insanely invested in. The atmosphere is just so incredible and so tense. I mean, like you're bonding with random strangers around you. There's seriously nothing like it. Like something happens and you all just like celebrate with each other. It's just such good vibes. The final word there are some good games right now. I don't really have a final word. Nothing really on my mind. Come after the flat earthers instead. That's what we say here. Come after them. Leave the LGBTQ community alone and point some fingers at the flat earthers instead. And love and respect. We'll see you later on. Love you all.
This is a depressing game.